Good evening, everyone. It's game time on Yurview. Tonight's high school game of the week is a Premier Region marquee matchup in the 6A ranks between the top-ranked Perry Pumas and the defending state champion, Chandler Wolves. Hello, everybody. Chris Harris here, along with former U of A standout during the Desert Swarm days and former Tennessee Titan Armand Williams. And Armand, this game, two teams with state championship aspirations. The Pumas come in here with a 6-0 record, ranked #1 in the state. Chandler 5-2, ranked #3 in the state.
You're absolutely right, Chris. This is the first time that Perry's ever been ranked #1 in Division 6. So this is a big opportunity for them to solidify that ranking tonight.
Perry comes in building off last season's success when they went 11-2, but both of those losses came against this Chandler Wolves team. One of those defeats in the state semifinals, but Preston Jones has done a terrific job building up this Perry program.
He certainly has. Preston Jones, he's the son of legendary coach Jim Jones, who won 2 state titles at Red Mountain. He's had a great career as a coach, 63-43 in his 10th season. He's looking to go ahead and take his program to the next level tonight.
Perry's offense is led by All-Arizona senior quarterback Brock Purdy. The 4-year varsity performer is a threat with his arm and his legs, is at the controls of an offense averaging 59 points per game.
Yeah, he's a dynamic quarterback. He's probably maybe the most dynamic quarterback in the state of Arizona. Great stats. He passes about 70% completion percentage. He's got 24 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions on the season.
Chandler has won 2 state titles in the last 3 years, and they had never won a state championship before that, which is pretty amazing considering the long history of Chandler High School, which opened up in 1914, one of the oldest schools in the state. And the guy who got the job done is head coach Sean Aguano.
Yeah, Sean Aguano has done a phenomenal job in his 7th season, 67 and only 19 losses. Like you said, they won 2 out of the last 3 state titles. Out of the last 4 seasons, get this, Chris, they've won 10 or more games in the last 4 consecutive years. He's really helped build a powerhouse in this program.
The Chandler offense has 7 players who have committed or have offers to Division I schools, and one of their big playmakers is senior wide receiver Gunnar Romney, who has committed to BYU.
Yeah, he certainly has committed to BYU. And this kid, he had an MCL sprain that took him out about 3 games, but he's back. He had phenomenal stats last season. Look for him to show up big tonight.
All right, when we come back, we'll have the Sanderson Ford keys to tonight's game. Perry and Chandler will be right back right here on Yurview.
Refresh yourself with a Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. It stays cold longer, and we offer more choices than ever before. More choices like Powerade, vitamin water, iced tea, and full throttle. Ready for the best part? You can get any size foam Polar Pop Cup for only 89 cents every day. More choices than ever before. Talk about refreshing. More choices, most value. At Circle K.
I do a lot of online shopping. I read a lot of reviews. Read the reviews on Sanderson Ford. I think you'll be pleasantly pleased. Everybody that's come through there is extremely excited when they walk out of Sanderson Ford. And I think if you go and look at their reviews, it's going to tell you that they're first-class service. They go out of their way above and beyond to make that customer happy, and you couldn't ask for any better company than Sanderson Ford.
Ford, America's best-selling brand. Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Today, we are shining a spotlight on some of our graduates from AAI who have moved into successful new careers with training and education in skilled trades.
This is Joe, one of our graduates at AAI. He loves working on engines with his dad, and that, along with wanting a better future for himself, kept him motivated to change his life. You'll see lots of graduate stories on our website at aai.edu.
Schedule a time to visit with us and see for yourself what training and education from AAI can do for you.
Welcome back to Game Time on Yurview. We're at Austin Field at Chandler High School as we get set for the big 6A tilt between the top-ranked Perry Pumas and the third-ranked Chandler Wolves. Let's now check in with the Sanderson Ford keys to the game. Armand.
All right, here are tonight's Sanderson Ford keys to the game. The best play is at Sanderson Ford. First is quarterback play. We got Purdy versus Conover. Then second, got to make stops on defense. Points are definitely going to be scored tonight. And then 3, the streak. Perry has never defeated Chandler in 5 tries. So this is their opportunity tonight. Probably the best one that they've had.
Absolutely. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff between Perry and Chandler. You're watching Game Time on Yurview.
Why am I sitting here at this ridiculously long table in the middle of nowhere? To invite all my friends in the industry to try this. Fast food's first ever ribeye burger. Made with 100% ribeye beef, grilled onions, a red wine glaze, and creamy Havarti cheese. Ah, here comes the competition now. And of course, since they work for my competitors, I've obscured their identities. Except for this guy. He is so screwed. Try my new Havarti and grilled onion and all-American ribeye burgers.
Are you talkies enough?
Capital of Iceland.
Reykjavik. R-E-E-Y.
Whoops.
Talkies. Taste the fury of our flavors and face the intensity.
Brandon's played sports since he was about 4 years old. He was playing flag football and tweaked his knee. We ended up taking him to Phoenix Children's. The doctors confirmed that the ACL was torn, and we were given the option to not surgically repair, but then he would have to stop all sports. Brandon was devastated. We ended up going forward with the surgery when the doctor gave him the thumbs up. He wanted to go back out onto the playing field that night. Phoenix Children's played a huge role in getting him back to sports.
The Yurview Game of the Week is sponsored locally by Sanderson Ford. The best play is at Sanderson Ford. By Jack in the Box. Try fast food's first ever ribeye burgers made with real ribeye beef only at Jack in the Box. Limited time only. By Arizona Automotive Institute. Turn your dreams into reality with career training from AAI. By Red Devil Italian Restaurant. Family owned since 1960. By Circle K. It's time to take a Circle K Polar Pop timeout. By Vi Luna, proud sponsor of student athletes in Arizona. By Phoenix Children's Sports Medicine, Arizona's only comprehensive sports medicine program for young athletes. And by Talkies, face the intensity. And we are now set for kickoff. The Pumas will kick it away. Chandler set to receive. And back to return for Chandler is going to be number 13, Gunnar Maldonado. And we are underway at Chandler High School. Big return right out of the gates for the Wolves. Number 20 on the return for Chandler, Jacob De La Torre. Here's your Jack in the Box starting lineups. Try fast food's first ever ribeye burgers only at Jack in the Box, limited time only. Jacob Conover has missed the last 5 games. He's back. Drake Anderson, a terrific running back to keep an eye on here, Armand.
And you got to look at Gunnar Romney and also Drake Anderson. 2 standout players in this Chandler Wolves squad.
So the Wolves will start from their own 37-yard line. Conover takes the snap. Drake Anderson right side. Pickup of about 5. And here is the man running the show for Chandler, junior quarterback Jacob Conover, who has missed the last 5 games for the Wolves after spraining the AC joint in his right shoulder against IMG Academy in game number 2. And the Wolves are finally happy to have him back. And he finds his receiver, Gunnar Romney, big play receiver for the Wolves. And we now take a look at the Perry defense. This is a much improved defense from last season. Second year in the new defensive scheme, they're giving up only 19 points a game.
You got Cutter Hatch there and Harley Scott. Look at those two guys, the defensive end and linebacker, standouts on that defense.
First down, Chandler. Big old run up the middle with the carry. Number 25, DeCarlos Brooks. In on the tackle, Vincent Corral for Perry.
Yeah, big Vincent Corral was able to make the tackle, but not before they got the first down. This is a game, Chris, where punts are certainly going to be a premium tonight.
Good look there at Adrian Sanchez, all 5'11", 275 of them. He's going to be tough to move down there.
That kid's a brick house.
1st and 10, Chandler from the 47, Conover. Looking for his receiver down the middle of the field. That was Jared Caldwell, who was committed to UNLV. He was the intended receiver for Conover.
It looked like it was actually Clayton Smith's on the defense there. He just ran a seam route, Caldwell, but he didn't look for the football in time. That perhaps that ball was just a slightly overthrown, but looked like otherwise it was a decent route.
Caldwell, big body target, 6'3", 210 pounds. Conover dumps it off to Anderson. Great job, penetration for the Pumas. Making the tackle, the senior strong safety, McKay Campbell.
And that is a big loss, and it sets up a 3rd and long here for Chandler. This is exactly where Perry wants him. As you can see, McKay Campbell, there, the lateral. There's McKay Campbell securing the tackle on Drake Anderson, tried to outrun him to the sidelines, but he gave up a couple extra yards, and it sets up a 3rd and very long for Chandler.
Big 3rd down play, 3rd and 17. 2 receivers split to the right. Man in motion for the Wolves is Romney. Conover's going to run up in the pocket. He's off to the races, left side. Picks up a block, but well short of the 1st down. Great job defensively by Perry. That's going to force the Wolves to punt.
And you can see on the scramble through quarterback Jacob Conover, you see a hole wide open, but they're going to give that up because it's so much yardage to pick up the 1st down. They're going to allow him to run the football, just stop him short of the 1st down and force a punt. This is a big victory for Perry early in the game.
And back to punt for Chandler is Cash Peterman, who also serves as the kicker. He is committed to play at BYU next year. Gets the nice roll, but the ball's going to trickle into the end zone. And now we'll get a chance to see Perry offense for the first time. Your Jack-in-the-Box starting lineups. Try fast food's first ever ribeye burgers, only at Jack-in-the-Box, limited time only.
And you see DeShane James, the wide receiver number 2. Look out for him. He's a Division I prospect. As well as Kenny Foles, running back number 6.
But how about this Perry offense, averaging 59 points a game, and earlier this season they scored a school record 70 points against Corona del Sol.
Yeah, they are an offensive juggernaut. I mean, you got 2 teams that are high-octane, firepower.
Purdy fakes the handoff, finds his receiver. Tate Speaker, the tight end. We take a look at last season's numbers for Brock Purdy. Check that. Look at the Desert Vista numbers from earlier this season. 6 touchdowns. All those TD passes went to different receivers.
How about that? 383 yards, 6 touchdowns, and he was 22 of 33. That's career numbers.
He was an all-Arizona performer last year. Good handoff. Great job defensively getting the tackle on Kenny Foltz. Great pursuit by that Chandler defense as we take a look at this Wolves defensive unit, giving up just 22 points a game.
And you got Gunnar Romney's little brother, Tate Romney, inside linebacker number 32 in that Chandler defense. Kind of runs in the family.
Got some talent over there on the Romney side. One on offense, one on defense.
Absolutely.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 for Perry from their own 21-yard line. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Purdy goes shotgun, single setback. Purdy looks left, has time, trying to buy some more time. Finally, the rush gets to him. It's brought down for the sack. Big play by Chandler's defense. In on the tackle, big number 99, Chris Manoa, who's committed to go to UNLV next year.
And you got Purdy, great offensive blocking right here. They gave him great protection. This is what you call, this is just a coverage sack. He's got nowhere to throw that football. And you can see big number 9, Chris Manoa, and also number 44 in on the tackle, Zach Bowers. Just great defensive coverage.
Purdy showed some nice footwork there, though, to
Yes,
try
he
to
did.
buy
He
himself some time. But
yep, absolutely did, Chris. But he just did not have anybody to throw the football to.
So great job defensively by the Wolves, getting the 3 and out on Perry. And they got to punt it away. Beautiful punt. And the Wolves have to call for the fair catch. And that was number 20 for the Wolves, Jacob De La Torre, the junior. But a terrific punt by Braxton Smith. And how often do you see the punter-linebacker combination?
Almost never, but you know, this is high school football, so you never know what to expect. But great punt by him. So far, both of these defenses they've stood up and forced those offenses to punt the football.
Conover and this Chandler offense back out onto the field. 2 receivers stacked to the right. It's going to be a handoff. Drake Anderson, he's going to get brought down. Nice tackle there defensively for the Pumas, making the play. Number 43, Jobin Sweat. Sweat leads the team with 6.5 sacks, but makes the nice tackle here.
Yeah, but not before he picked up a nice gain here, and they got it near midfield. This is a good opportunity for Chandler to go ahead and see if they can strike first.
2nd and 6, receivers stacked on the right and left. Anderson once again cuts it back in the middle before getting brought down. Anderson, he missed the last 2 seasons because of hip issues. Had surgery on both of his hips to repair torn labrums, so he basically missed his entire sophomore and junior seasons. And his father is former Arizona Cardinal running back Damian Anderson, former Northwestern star as well. 3rd and 3, first down to Carlos Brooks, picking up the yards for the first down. Brooks himself, his father Carlos is a former Cardinals running back, so we got some NFL lineage here on this team.
Yeah, we got some talent that's running in the genes. You see right there, just the off-tackle play. He was able to go ahead and pick up the first down, extend this drive, get it over midfield.
So the Wolves now at the 44-yard line. Conover rolls right, looks down the field, has his receiver making the catch, and more for the Wolves is going to be Braden Liebrock, the junior.
And you talk about size and these wide receivers, tight ends. Braden Liebrock, just a big kid. Look at this little play action. This quarterback rolls out, throws a strike, perfect strike to Braden Liebrock. Rolls across the middle of the field, is able to pick up the first down and get them close inside the red zone.
Anderson is going absolutely nowhere. Terrific job there defensively for Perry. The first man to get him is Travis Beckham, the junior defensive end.
Yeah, they tried to speed up the cadence right there by going quick, no huddle, and Perry was not having any of it. They were all over it.
Beckman with the tackle for a loss. He's a 2-year starter. Started as a sophomore last season. 2nd on the team in sacks with 5.5. 2nd down for the Wolves. Conover looks right, throws right, tries to find his intended receiver, Jarrett Caldwell, just out of reach.
Yeah, they run a little bunch formation. They went ahead and ran Caldwell to the 7th round. Take a look at this ball right here. Watch out, camera guy.
That's our man Garrett Savage down there. It's a good look at Garrett.
He's all right, looks like.
Looks like he's no worse for the wear down there. In fact, I think some of those guys might bounce off Garrett.
He's a tough guy.
He can handle himself just fine down there. 3rd and 14, 3rd and goal for Chandler. Conover has his receiver. Brooks makes the catch, and stepping up to make the big play defensively for the Pumas is Andre Mayberry, the sophomore.
The Andre Mayberry, all they tried to do is they tried to go ahead and slip Brooks out in the flat, and Mayberry was all over it. Secures the tackle and forces Chandler High School to go ahead and kick a field goal.
And it's going to be a 29-yard attempt by the senior kicker, Cash Peterman, who is committed to go to BYU. 31 of 32 in extra points this season. 1 of 1 on field goals. His second attempt of the season. It is no good. That's a tough angle there in that right hash for the kicker.
That was a difficult angle, but I guarantee you Peterman wishes that he had that back. But it was a tough angle, nonetheless.
Peterman was having a little conversation with one of his coaches, Colin Bottrell. Been a part of this Chandler coaching staff for a few years now. Coming over from Basha. 4:32 remaining, 0-0.
Competitive.
Surprise.
We got a competitive defensive struggle so far tonight here, Chris.
Let's take a look at our Phoenix Children's Hospital Sports Medicine Injury Report. Specialized care for young athletes from first assessment to follow-up. Arizona's only comprehensive sports medicine program for young athletes. Only at Phoenix Children's Hospital. We see for Perry, Braden Ford, ACL out for the season. And Javi Reynolds, hurt elbow. He is out tonight as well. And on the run for Perry is going to be Kenny Foltz, but he had nowhere to go trying to work that right side.
Yeah, good defensive play there by that front seven, stringing him out, not allowing him to get much yard. He was fortunate to pick up any yards on that play.
Well, it's tough to get some yards. We got big number 99, Chris Manoa, 6'1", 320 pounds. Showing he can move a little bit as a big fella.
Yeah, he can. He's going to make you bounce to the outside.
Purdy rolls right, finds his receiver, and making the catch is going to be Colby Dickey, the junior wideout.
Yeah, good footwork again by Purdy. You see, Purdy's feeling the pressure actually by Chris Manoa. You see Manoa with a good push. He's able to go ahead and slide to the outside and connect with his wide receiver. Picks up good yardage, extends the drive by picking up the first down.
Handoff, trying to find some room to run. It does as Kenny Foltz before finally being brought down by the sophomore, Gunnar Maldonado. Maldonado, just a sophomore, strong safety.
I'll tell you one thing about Kenny Foltz. From the runs that I've seen so far tonight, he is a slippery kid.
10 touchdowns on the season, averaging over 8 yards a carry. Impressive numbers for the senior. 2nd and 7. Brock Purdy falls incomplete. Brock Purdy, all Arizona last year. Talking to head coach Preston Jones, he said he's great on all the things that you cannot measure. He's a great leader, great work ethic, extremely accurate. He's got the ability to extend plays with his legs.
Yeah, he does a great job maneuvering around the pocket, and it looks like he's got great instincts back there as a quarterback.
3rd and 7. 3:33 remaining. Purdy looking down the middle, tries to evade the rush, gets to the outside. Miranda giving chase. Miranda finally is able to get him out of bounds along with Dietrich Gamage. Great pursuit there by that Wolves defense once again.
Phenomenal pursuit, and also, Chris, great coverage by the secondary and the linebackers. You can see Purdy right here. Purdy does a good job manipulating this pocket. He steps up, a quick jab step inside, and then he sprints to the outside. He's looking. Look at the coverage. Absolutely phenomenal coverage, and he's finally pushed out of bounds by linebacker number 51, Mandley.
Great job there again by Purdy, showing the footwork, keeping his eyes downfield, trying to find a receiver. And as you said, the coverage by Chandler was just too good. Finally gets forced out of bounds and forces Perry to punt once again. And making another fair catch for the Wolves is De La Torre. So the Wolves will have start with their own 33-yard line.
There was Connor Boyd, excuse me.
Yep, Connor Boyd with the punt. And look at those season numbers. I know it's only 3 punts, but over 44 yards per attempt. Pretty solid.
You'll take that in Division I football.
Absolutely. So our defensive struggle continues. Now it's Chandler's offense that takes over, and I don't think we saw this happening.
No, I don't think we anticipated there was going to be a defensive struggle between these two offensive juggernauts tonight, but great jobs by both defenses stepping up.
Conover hands it off. Drake Anderson, right side, tries to pick up a block on the outside by the receiver Caldwell. That helps Anderson pick up
Forced out of bounds by number 16 for the Pumas, David Eppinger.
about 4 yards on the play. As we see Anderson's numbers on the season, 13 touchdowns and averaging almost 9 yards a carry.
Yeah, almost averaging a first down every time he touches the rock. But so far tonight, Perry's done a good job containing him, and they're going to have to take whatever they can get against this defense so far tonight.
2nd and 5. Anderson takes the handoff. And there's just nowhere to go. Once again, in on the tackle for Perry, Victor Nieto, along with Travis Beckman. As we see Nieto, the senior.
5'10", 180 pounds, strong safety. And one thing that I'm impressed with, what I'm seeing with both these defenses, but especially by Perry tonight, is these guys are swarming tackles.
3rd and 4. Conover taken off, looking for the first down marker, has it, and more on the left side. Great job there by Conover, and he's not afraid to tuck it and run. We've seen that twice now. This time, though, he picks up the first down.
You see Conover reading the defense, feels the pressure, says there's coverage, I'm going to go ahead and tuck the football and try to escape to the outside. He gets some, once he's able to get to the outside, he gets good blocking down the field. You didn't see the block, but a good block by the wide receiver to go ahead and to spring him to pick up that first down.
Wolves now with the ball at the Perry 46. Fake the handoff. Conover looks down the field, has his receiver making the catch. Gunnar Romney. Another big play by this Wolves offense as they are starting to move the ball.
They really are. Good pass protection that time. Good route running by Gunnar Romney. Romney runs a seam route. Conover, a good strike. And the thing that I was impressed by what Gunnar Romney did is he hesitated. He kind of did like a little stutter and go there to open himself up.
1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff. Anderson cuts it inside for being brought down by Cutter Hatch, the senior middle linebacker. And Cutter Hatch, great story. This is a guy, he tore the ACL in his right leg August 18th, the first game of the season versus Desert Vista. He missed 4 games. This is his 2nd game back. He said he's gonna have surgery after the season. He's just wearing a brace.
Wow.
Playing with a torn ACL.
That is toughness, man. I don't know if I could do that. That takes a lot of courage to be able to, and a lot of intestinal fortitude, toughness to be able to play with a torn ACL with just a knee brace.
2nd and 5. Conover, wide open receiver on the sidelines. Picking up the first down is Jared Caldwell.
That was just a stop route for Jared Caldwell, and that defense just gave up too much of a cushion for him. Just an easy pitch and catch for a first down to extend his drive because they're in the red zone once again.
Caldwell, both of his parents played college basketball, so he's got some athleticism in that family.
There's nothing but talent in the genes all around, Chris.
Absolutely. That's what you get with Chandler and Perry. Handoff this time to Carlos Brooks. Inside the 5.
Power through the line.
And just a good push up front by this offensive line, allowing Brooks to go ahead and pick up 5 yards.
Brooks has an offer from Oregon State. He's just a junior, so he'll be back next season. This season, sharing the load with Drake Anderson. As you see that big offensive line for Chandler doing some work up front here tonight. Handoff again to Carlos Brooks, pushing forward, ball across the goal line. Touchdown, Chandler.
Again, kudos to that offensive line with a great push. Once they got inside the red zone, they said, look, we're not going to be denied this time. Did a good job. Just a couple handoffs to Connor Brooks, right between the tackles for a touchdown.
To Carlos Brooks with his 6th touchdown of the season.
You see the handoff here from the shotgun. Connor, basic zone blocking. Good push by that offensive line. Connor Brooks able to do the rest. He's able to push that football across the end zone.
Cash Peterman will come on now for the extra point. 31 of 32 on the season. And it is up up, and it is good. It's time to take a Circle K Polar Pop timeout with Chandler leading Perry by a score of 7-0. Stay tuned for more game time on Yurview after the Circle K Polar Pop timeout.
Ford was the only company that we really wanted to go with. Their reputation, the credibility that they have, Sanderson has that. Sanderson Ford does a really good job with their start team. They got with each one of my kids and sat in the car with them, went over every detail of the car. And for them to take the time with each one of my kids and go over every little detail in the car, that's pretty unique.
Ford, America's best-selling brand. Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Refresh yourself with a Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. It stays cold longer, and we offer more choices than ever before. More choices like Powerade, vitamin water, iced tea, and full throttle. Ready for the best part? You can get any size foam Polar Pop Cup for only 89 cents every day. More choices than ever before. Talk about refreshing. More choices, most value. At Circle K.
Welcome back to the Game Time game of the week at Chandler High School. And the Wolves cheer squad have plenty to be excited about as DeCarlos Brooks scores from 4 yards out, and Chandler is on the board first. There's a good look at Mr. Brooks.
Like you mentioned, Division I talent getting a look by Oregon State. Here's that last play for the touchdown. You see the outstretched arm, football just making it across the end zone for the touchdown. Chandler strikes first.
Good look at that Wolves offense. Peterman kicks it away. And it stops short of going into the end zone. Perry with the return. And it was number 16 for the Pumas, keeping it from going to the end zone was David Jalen Eppinger. You know, it's an automatic touchback when the ball goes in the end zone.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake. It was certainly a mistake because that ball would have came out to the 20-yard line had he let it get into the end zone. But instead, he gives up about 4 or 5 yards on the return there. That was dangerous because that could have been disastrous.
Well, head coach for Perry, Preston Jones, said Eppinger has got off the speed charts. So he wants to make a big play, especially in a big game like this.
You know, but you got to be smart with the choices that you make, especially against a team like this. The game going against Chandler, the team that the powerhouse that you're trying to knock off for the number one slot in the state.
And Perry takes over from their own 16-yard line. 50 seconds remaining. Fires to the right side. Close to a first down. Making the catch is Deshaun James.
A little chippiness between the two teams. You saw there at the end of that play. This game does not lack competition. Both these teams are very, very competitive, and they want to get after each other.
And Deshaun James was actually starting quarterback for the first 3 games last year when Brock Purdy was out with mononucleosis. So James was the quarterback first 3 games, but he's back now as a more natural wide receiver position. Also plays some running back. Guy can do a little bit of everything for this Pumas team. And on the handoff here for Perry is Jalen Young, the junior.
Good swarming defense again by Chandler, not allowing any yardage. Sets up a 2nd and 10.
There's a good look at the Chandler linebacker, Zach Bowers. Has offers from Oregon State, Nevada, San Diego State. And that will do it for the first quarter here at Chandler High School. And it is the Wolves leading the Perry Pumas by a count of 7-0. You're watching the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. We'll be right back.
for a real good time? Come to Red Devil, where old traditions become new. Whether it's a special occasion or a night out on the town, Red Devil will meet all your dine-in and take-out needs at a price that's hard to beat. Red Devil, starting a new tradition.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
You are looking at some of the smiling faces of our graduates at AAI. They're people just like you, but they got their education and training from AAI and have moved on to rewarding new futures.
This is Peter. He said that coming to AAI took discipline, determination, and perseverance, but it helped him make the change in his life that he was looking for. If you want to hear more of his story, visit us online at aai.edu.
Schedule a time to visit with us and see for yourself what training and education from AAI can do for you.
Welcome back to the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview as we head into quarter number 2. The Chandler Wolves leading the Perry Pumas by a score of 7-0. So we take a look at the quarterback for the Pumas, Brock Purdy. Starting things off here, and he dumps it off to Dickey, who picks up the first down.
Nice little flat play to Dickey as he read the defense, and the defense went ahead and they were making sure that they covered deep, so he just went ahead and dropped it off for a quick throw, and he picked up the first down.
As you see Dickey's season numbers, last year in the state semifinals against Chandler, Dickey had 5 catches for 98 yards and a pair of scores. So he's been known to play well in the big games for Perry. As we have penalty flags, our first one.
Defense, number 99.
Of the night. Take a look at tonight's officials. Daniel Mania, Rafael Federico, Matt Lease, Jaime Guerrero, and Alex Herrera. Your AI referees tonight.
And that was big Chris Manoa there that jumped off sides, and when he jumps off sides, you're going to certainly see it. You can probably see it from about a mile away.
You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it too at 320.
Yes.
First and 5. Purdy looks downfield, tucks it, pushes forward, tries to get the first down. He's being marked about a yard short.
Makes a dash toward the first down marker.
I got a feeling Purdy's going to have to do this a lot tonight. You see that he reads the defense. Good coverage again by Chandler's defense secondary. They're doing a heck of a job so far tonight, not allowing his guys to get open, so he's going to have to tuck the ball a lot.
Perry's not afraid to run it, though. He's got over 400 yards rushing the ball on the season with 3 touchdowns to go along with those 1,700 yards passing coming into tonight. It's going to bring up second down and 1. Handoff to Kenny Foltz, first down and more.
Kenny Foltz rushes around the left end.
Nice pickup by the senior running back, 5'9", 175 pounds.
Good run there by Foltz. Foltz just took it to the left side of the football field. Was able to go ahead and break containment and pick up the first down.
And Foltz had 4 touchdowns in the game against Highland earlier this season. Talking with Preston Jones, head coach for Perry, he said Foltz runs downhill with speed. Purdy tries to find James, falls incomplete.
Yeah, just a little bit behind him. James was running towards the inside, and Purdy just threw it a little bit too far to the outside. James wasn't able to twist around and get his hands on that football.
Purdy has offers from UNLV, New Mexico State, NAU. He's drawn some interest from U of A and Syracuse, but he's waiting for an offer from a Power 5 conference school. Second and 10. Left side. And a little miscommunication there between Purdy and James. Brings up third and 10.
Yeah, it was definitely miscommunication. You saw James here with his hands extended, fully extended, like what happened? You know, he was thinking that he was going to go ahead and cut the route short, and Purdy went and threw it deep.
Let's see what the Pumas come up with on third and 10 from the Chandler 47-yard line. whistle before the play. Looks like it's going to be a false start.
False start of the call against Perry.
And there's a good look right there. Steve Axman, quarterback coach for Perry. You might remember him as the former head coach at Northern Arizona University and was also an offensive coach at UCLA, Washington, and the U of A.
I remember Steve Axman.
It's not a bad pickup for a high school coaching staff, huh?
That is a heck of a pickup. I remember Steve Axman actually recruited me when I was in high school in AU.
Steve Axman, a great guy. 3rd and 15. Purdy's going to get bottled up. Chandler getting the sack. Big Chris Manoa with the celebration. Big play there by Manoa.
You see just the collapse of this offensive line by the defensive front. You see big 99 Chris Manoa right there. Just collapses that. But there is there's some cloth on the football field. Just wonder what the call is. It's actually going to go against Chandler Wolves, so that's going to negate that sack and give Perry a first down.
It was an unsportsmanlike conduct call. I don't know if it was against Manoa for the celebration, but Purdy's helmet did come off on the play, so he's going to have to sit out.
Yeah, and I think the reason why he's going to sit out this play is because his helmet got knocked off.
Exactly.
So I don't think he's hurt. I think he's just because of the rule, because his helmet went off, he's going to have to sit out one play. So he'll be back after this play.
So Deshaun James, we just touched on him filling in at quarterback last year. Look at his seasons from numbers for this season. At the bottom of the screen, you got last year's numbers. Completing 62% of his passes, but he's very mobile back there. 4th and 5 from the Chandler 42.
Now that was an unsportsmanlike penalty, was it not? Shouldn't that be a first down?
Not automatic first down in high school. James, bad snap. Chandler recovers.
And regardless of whether or not they recovered that or not, it's turnover on downs because that was a 4th down. Like you mentioned, that it doesn't necessarily mean that it's automatic first down if an unsportsmanlike. And you see just a bad snap there. And you really gave Deshaun James no chance at that football. And it didn't really matter whether he was able to go ahead and pick it up or not. Saw 51 right there. Manley on the play. Turnover on downs. That's a big missed opportunity by Perry.
Giovanni Manley, his dad Pete was a star player at Westwood and NAU and spent 7 years in the NFL. Conover going down low to make the catch for Chandler is number 19, Braden Leibrock.
Braden Leibrock did a nice job breaking down off of his route and getting low and getting his hands up underneath his football, coming down with it.
Leibrock's father played at NAU. Anderson up the middle, big hole, off to the races, Drake Anderson. Touchdown, Chandler. A 31-yard touchdown run by the Wolves' senior running back.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a jailbreak right there. Great job of that offensive line creating that hole for Drake Anderson, and you see Drake Anderson do the rest. There's the exchange. Just an absolute gaping hole right through that right side between the center and the guard, and he was able to go ahead and cut against the grain a little bit. The field, nobody was going to catch him from there.
Anderson's showing that track speed that he's got. Runs the 100, 200 for the Chandler track team. Peterman on now for the extra point. It's up and it is good. It's time to take a Circle K Polar Pop timeout with Chandler leading Perry by a score of 14-0. 9:19 remaining here in the second quarter. Stay tuned for more game time on Yurview after the Circle K Polar Pop timeout.
Refresh yourself with a Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. It stays cold longer, and we offer more choices than ever before. More choices like Powerade, vitamin water, iced tea, and full throttle. Ready for the best part? You can get any size foam Polar Pop cup for only 89 cents every day. More choices than ever before. Talk about refreshing. More choices, most value. At Circle K.
Are you talkies enough?
Capital of Iceland.
Reykjavik. R-E-E-Y.
Whoops.
Talkies. Taste the fury of our flavors and face the intensity.
Welcome back to the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. And remember, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And it's good to see the Wolves mascot in the pink shirt. And the Chandler cheerleaders fired up. Some more pink in the crowd. Nice turnout by the Chandler folks. Are on fall break, actually, this week and next, but it's still a great turnout.
And you got to wonder how much did that help the Chandler Wolves that they have this fall break, so they had more opportunity to prepare for this game. They've had actually some 7-hour days leading up to this game.
And that's what Sean Aguano alerted us to before we chatted here before the game. 7-hour days this week prepared for this game against Perry. It's paid off so far. But on the return for the Pumas is Eppinger. A great return. And that's why he was trying to get his hands on the ball earlier. So we take a look at the scoring drive here for the Wolves.
Drake Anderson there on a 31-yard TD run. But get this, Chris, there was 3 plays on this last drive, 46 yards in only 26 seconds. Talk about efficiency.
That's a quick strike offense.
That really
is. Receiving team number 86, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So the holding call will bring back the great return by Eppinger. Perry head coach Perry Jones trying to find some plays that will work against this Chandler defense. And then talking with the Chandler coaches before the game, this is the healthiest the Wolves have been all season long outside of week 1.
Yeah, this is not the team that lost to Mountain Point a couple weeks ago. This is certainly the healthiest that Chandler's been. And Coach Preston Jones and his Perry Pumas, they have a tall task ahead of them. They're down 14-0. They got to try to get back into this football game, and it's going to start right here with Brock Purdy.
Well, they have the man at the controls who can get things done in Purdy. He's got trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Across the middle, has his receiver, Colby Dickey. Big pass play, Purdy to Dickey.
Just great poise by Brock Purdy, locating Dickey. Right up the middle off the seam route, looks like right there. Just spots Dickey. Just a good toss and catch there for the big gain by Perry to go ahead and start this drive.
Dickey had 8 catches for 143 yards and a touchdown against Highland earlier this season. Purdy, once again, this time he finds James.
One thing I really like about Brock Purdy is just his poise back there, the backfield. He really is the field general of his team. You see just the absolute poise and confidence that he has, even down 14-0. He's not rushed, he's not panicked, he's very calm and collected back there.
Shows a lot of moxie back there. He's going to take off this time, picks up the first down. Ball's going to be marked at the 49-yard line, and Perry doing a nice job now moving the ball.
Absolutely, and they're being efficient as far as clock management. Moving this football down the field quickly and efficiently, but not panicked or not rushed.
We touched on Purdy being a dual threat quarterback. Just saw his rushing numbers there. Picked up the first down. Just over 8 minutes remaining here, second quarter. Purdy tries to find his receiver, but it falls incomplete, intended for the junior wide receiver, Clay Schmitz.
And you see Randy Robinson there on the coverage did a good job knocking that football out of the intended receiver for an incompletion.
Purdy, one of his hobbies, likes to go fishing. Got him here with a largemouth bass. Good-sized fish.
That is a good-sized fish. Apparently this kid's got talent. He's multi-talented.
And he also goes fishing with his center, Zach Neff. So that quarterback center combination always together. Purdy takes another shot downfield, incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the play. It looks like it's going to go against Chandler.
Yeah, that was pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty. Resulting penalty, first down.
You see Gunnar Maldonado, the strong safety. Coverage right there. You see the intended receiver, number 39. That's why it coming. He tried to go ahead and track that football back, but you see him have to go rake through Gunnar, the defender, the strong safety and officials were right on top of that. They threw the penalty, thus the first down.
So Perry continues to roll here. 15-yard penalty. Now down to the 36-yard line of Chandler.
Yeah, I was shocked that wasn't a penalty. It's like they went ahead and finally threw the flag.
Offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty.
There it is.
Yeah, you can't have two guys motioning at the same time, and that's exactly what happened with Perry's offense.
15 yards to go for the Pumas.
So they'll push the Pumas back 5 yards.
You know, and these penalties keep hurting Perry. They've had drives, but then they get these penalties which kind of shoot them in the foot, and you can't do that against this Chandler defense, which is a very opportunistic defense.
Back now to the 41-yard line. James with the catch inside the 30.
And again, just another quick stop route, and as long as Chandler's defense continues to give that much of a cushion, Purdy's going to go ahead and he's going to utilize that, eat that up every time.
You see James's numbers against Millennium. How about this for efficiency, Armand? 3 catches, 3 touchdowns.
And a 20-yard per catch average. Not bad.
And James has offers from Iowa State and NAU. Purdy's going to keep it left side. Not much there.
Great job of containment again by that defensive front 7 by Chandler, and you saw 32 on the tackle. Chandler, Tate Romney, the younger brother of Gunnar Romney.
Tate Romney is an absolute beast, according to Chandler quarterback Jacob Conover. Had 6 tackles and a fumble recovery against O'Connor. 6'2", 200 pounds, just a sophomore. 3rd and 3. Purdy rolls right. Coming in the blitz is Zach Bowers. Purdy spins the other way. Falls incomplete. We have a penalty flag on the play.
And he threw it away. He threw it to absolutely nobody. I guess he got outside of the pocket. Wait to see what this penalty is exactly. But again, great pressure by Chandler's defensive front 7.
Illegal shift on the offense. That penalty is declined. Intentional grounding. Number 13 of the offense. 5-yard penalty from the spot. Loss of down.
Well, there it was, Armand. You called it.
Yeah, they said he wasn't outside of the tackle box. You see the pressure right there. There really is no tackle box in high school, but there was absolutely nobody that he was throwing it to as he threw that football across the field just to get rid of it. And that's why they went ahead and threw the penalty and called it intentional grounding on Purdy, so it creates 4th and forever, so they're going to be forced to punt this football.
Preston Jones, though, he's pleaded his case for his quarterback.
He really is, but the referees aren't going to, they're not going to hear it. They've made their decisions, they deliberated.
Take a look at the penalties here so far tonight. 4 for 25 yards for Perry, 3 for 35 for Chandler. There were no penalties at all in the first quarter. Perry punts it away. He's going to be down at the 21-yard line with 6:29 remaining here in the second quarter. You can watch the replay of tonight's game tomorrow at 3 p.m. only on Yurview, Cox Channel 4.
So I guess the story of the night so far, Chris, is that Perry's had opportunities. They've moved the football down the field, but they've gotten stopped when they've crossed the 50-yard line. Haven't been able to extend that drive any further and been forced to punt the football each of the times that they've moved it across the 50-yard line.
Absolutely. And Conover has looked very impressive in his first game back since week number 2 when he got hurt against IMG Academy. 7 of 9 on the night, 53 yards. Looks down the field here, has a receiver. Not able to come up with it though. Is Gunnar Romney just over the outstretched hands of the senior receiver.
That was a good pass, but you know, great coverage by David Eppinger. You see the coverage right there. There's a look, it's close, but Eppinger was right on top of it. I think that was actually a good no call by the officials.
Good look at Eppinger. He's been starting since his freshman year.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Wolves.
He's a junior now. Anderson handoff, cuts it inside. Nice pickup there by Drake Henry. He's shown some explosion and some cuts.
He really has. When he makes a decision, he gets north and south in a hurry. You see the handoff right here. He just goes off tackle. Take a look at this decision. Once he makes that decision, it looks like every time that he touches a football and he gets into that second level, it looks like he's maybe one move away from breaking it.
He's got 4 games this season of 100 or more yards. And this time it's DeCarlos Brooks with the carry. Had a 4-yard touchdown run earlier tonight.
And you're noticing a pattern here from Chandler. They're trying to go no huddle, fast-paced offense, trying to wear down this Perry defensive front.
Brooks' numbers on the season, almost 7 yards a carry. Conover shotgun. Handoff to Brooks again, right side, cuts it up the field. Big run there to Carlos Brooks. And it looks like Chandler's finding their rhythm here offensively.
They certainly are. You see the Carlos Brooks right here. Just a handoff, just a sweet play. Just great blocking up front. Everybody from the offensive line to the receivers down the field. Open springs to Carlos Brooks for another first down. They move the football across the 50-yard line once again.
And they now have it at the Perry 48-yard line, and we have a whistle before the snap.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense number 43. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So we saw the penalties offensively for the Pumas. Now we're seeing it on the defensive side of the ball as well.
And these are the kind of penalties that will absolutely kill you if you're Perry trying to get back into this football game and you just keep giving more plays or you keep giving more yardage to this Chandler offense. It allows them to extend the drives, makes it a first down and very short for Chandler.
So it's going to bring up now 1st and 5. Just under 5 minutes remaining. And a wide open wide receiver for Chandler is Trey Hart. 43-yard touchdown by the senior wide receiver, Trey Hart.
And that was just an absolute jailbreak defensively. I don't know who covered him or who was responsible for him on that coverage, but it's just a complete jailbreak defensively. You see the fake play action pass and absolutely nobody around. The only thing that I saw was a couple defenders that were way in the back. Somewhere there was a breakdown defensively that absolutely sprung Trey Hart wide open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by Cash Peterman is up and good. Wolves now lead by a count of 21-0 with 4:51 remaining in the second quarter. Trey Hart with the touchdown catch and shows you some of the skills on why he got invited to play the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. It's time to take a Circle K Polar Pop timeout. Chandler leading Perry 21-0. Stay tuned for more game time on Yurview after the Circle K Polar Pop timeout.
I do a lot of online shopping. I read a lot of reviews. Read the reviews on Sanderson Ford. I think you'll be pleasantly pleased. Everybody that's come through there is extremely excited when they walk out of Sanderson Ford. And I think if you go and look at their reviews, it's going to tell you that they're first-class service. They go out of their way above and beyond to make that customer happy, and you couldn't ask for any better company than Sanderson Ford.
Ford, America's best-selling brand. Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Why am I sitting here at this ridiculously long table in the middle of nowhere? To invite all my friends in the industry to try this. Fast food's first ever ribeye burger. Made with 100% ribeye beef, grilled onions, a red wine glaze, and creamy Havarti cheese. Huh, here comes the competition now. And of course, since they work for my competitors, I've obscured their identities. Except for this guy. He is so screwed. Try my new Havarti and grilled onion and all-American ribeye burgers.
At AAI, we are committed to the success of our students, and we'd love to help you reach those dreams and goals you've set for yourself. We offer training in skilled trades.
This is Letty. She said when she initially came to the campus for a tour, it was our combination welding program that caught her eye, so she decided to enroll. If you'd like to know more, visit our website at aai.edu.
Schedule a time to visit with us and see for yourself what training and education from AAI can do for you.
Boy, that Chris Manoa is just doing some work in the trenches for the Wolves.
Yeah, he's blowing up that. He's blowing up any opportunities to run between the tackles. I mean, Manoa's absolutely all over the place defensively. Just look at him just absolutely just demolish that center off the line of scrimmage. Time you're blowing somebody up, knocking them back about 3 to 5 yards in the backfield, you don't have a chance to do anything offensively.
Manoa is committed to play his college ball at UNLV next season. Purdy has his receiver across the middle, making the catch, but with nowhere to go.
And again, you see big Manoa there on a tackle. You saw them allow him to escape, but then he recognized that it was going to be a screen, and then he turns around and he's able to go ahead and plant that foot and drive towards the running back or the receiver. And the receiver was lucky to get down in time because he would not want to take a hit from that big fella.
Now it's Wyatt Coleman with the catch, brings up 3rd down and 11. Now for Perry from their own 19-yard line. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining here, second quarter. Purdy scrambling once again. He is just running for his life back there right now. That Wolves defense doing some work. Big number 93 there for Chandler. Robert McPhee in on the play.
And again, you see the defense, they do a great job containing him, not allowing him to get to the outside, not allowing him to use his legs, and they're just absolutely collapsing that pocket. You see 93, as you mentioned, Robert McPhee with the cleanup on aisle 7, and it's going to force Perry to punt the football once again back to Chandler, and Chandler has an opportunity, depending on this return, to have really great field position.
And back to punt for Perry is Connor Boyd. Gets it away. Gets the nice roll. De La Torre lets it roll out of bounds, but Chandler, excellent field position, will start from their own 44-yard line.
This game is starting to get sideways for Perry. They got to do something defensively on this next possession.
Take a look at this Chandler defense, and big number 99, Chris Manoa, wreaking havoc against Perry tonight.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. Sacking Purdy right there. You see him collapsing that pass protection. And then run, what are you going to do when you got big Manoa there exploding that offensive line into the backfield, head to the UNLV, and they could use him.
They can use 6'2", 320 in the trenches, absolutely. Anderson with the carry. Gets brought down, just a 1-yard gain. And for the Pumas is big number 52, Adrian Sanchez, in on the tackle. 2:15 remaining, Wolves leading 21-0. Drake Anderson's numbers on the night.
Good average.
10 carries, 62 yards.
6.2 yards per carry.
Plus a touchdown. Breaks the tackle there. Falls forward just short of a first down. But nice job by Anderson. 5'11", 180. Showing some of that elusiveness. But also some of that strength.
Absolutely. He's a combination of speed and strength. You've seen what he does when he makes a decision and heads north and south, but he's also able to break tackles and get a couple extra yards after contact.
He's drawn some interest from Cal, Oregon State, Nevada, New Mexico State, and UC Davis. And it's cohort DeCarlos Brooks with the carry and the first down here. As we got some extracurricular activities down there.
Yeah,
after the play.
You figure that Perry's a little bit frustrated, but they're going to have to bone up here defensively and not allow Chandler offense to move the football down the field, and certainly not allow them to get another touchdown. And this game is going to get sideways real quick.
1:20 remaining here in the first half. Conover shotgun. Looks down the field, right side. Has a receiver trying to haul it in. And make the catch is Gunnar Romney, but he's not able to reel it in.
And that would have been a heck of a catch. You see him try to reel it in with his right hand, one-handed catch attempt here. Again, good coverage. Excellent coverage there by the defensive back there, 26, Darius Holton, forcing Gunnar Romney to go ahead and try to make that one-handed catch, but he just wasn't quite able to go ahead and bring it in.
This past summer, Romney participated at Nike's The Opening in Oregon and Elite 11 camp, where he was named the top rising prospect by Scout.com. One of the top receivers here in the state. 2nd and 10, Conover, right side, has his receiver. And it looks like they're going to give him the first down, and it is Romney making the play. And while he was at those camps this past summer, Romney had a chance to work out with Jerry Rice, as well as Odell Beckham Jr., the New York Giant wide receiver. See the two of them right there.
Well, you can't have a better mentor than Jerry Rice and Odell Beckham Jr.
Another pass play. This time with the catch is Jarrett Caldwell. He'll be playing his college ball at UNLV next season. 50 seconds remaining. We've got timeout on the field. Let's recognize tonight's Valle Luna Scholar Athletes of the game. Valle Luna, proud sponsor of student athletes in Arizona. Congratulations to Victor Nieto of Perry and Billy Bolger from Chandler. Victor has a 4.16 GPA, runs track, is in NHS, student government, and the Outreach Club, and volunteers for St. Vincent de Paul, Feed My Starving Children, and Habitat for Humanity. Billy has a 4.67 GPA, played basketball, is in the top 5% of his class, has volunteered for Feed My Starving Children as well, and at the Chandler Youth Football League. So congratulations to Victor and Billy. It's always great to see these guys doing things other than playing football.
Absolutely.
There's a good look at Nieto right there. He's got offers from Willamette in Oregon as well as Ripon College. And there's Billy Bolger, who did a fantastic job of filling in for Jacob Conover when Conover was out with the injured shoulder. Bolger did a great job of guiding this Wolves offense. 4-year varsity performer. 1st and 10, Brooks, right side, tries to keep his feet, falls forward. Just short of a first down. The clock continues to run, 40 seconds remaining. And now the clock stops, and it'll be Sean Aguano calling another timeout.
And if you're Perry's defense, the only thing that you're thinking about right now is do not allow them to get into the end zone.
Well, the Perry Pumas are playing with heavy hearts tonight. Sophomore Braden Mason, a defensive back on the JV team, passed away on Sunday from a drowning accident at Bartlett Lake. Perry players are wearing helmet stickers with Braden's initials in remembrance of him. And they also have towels that have been custom made for tonight's game, actually by Chandler. And they donate them out to the Perry team, and some of the Chandler players are wearing them as well. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Mason family, friends, and teammates. Braden Mason was just 15 years old, and there was a candlelight vigil held last night at Perry after the junior varsity game where both the Perry and Chandler teams participated in. So great job by the community reaching out to this Perry program during a difficult time. 2nd and 1, Conover up top. tries to find Ronnie, but a great job of breaking it up by Perry is David Eppinger.
Yeah, Epinger's been on Gunner all night long, and he's done a really good job in his defensive coverage here. You see Eppinger just read the football and read Gunner's hands and is able to go ahead and get that hand through and knock it incomplete. So great job by Eppinger so far tonight.
Big 3rd and 1 with 35 seconds left. Chandler at the Perry 10-yard line, fires across the middle, and making the catch is Braden Leibrock. 31 seconds remaining, clock stops for the first down. Wolves will spike it now. So bring 2nd down and goal for the Wolves from the 4-yard line of Perry.
And you got to think that this is 4-down territory for Chandler. Now about 28.9 seconds left on the clock before halftime. They want to put this football in the end zone. I don't think that they're going to go for the 3.
Look at Leibrock's numbers on the season, averaging 14.5 yards a catch. Leibrock's got a 4.5 GPA in the classroom. Conover keeps it, fires into the end zone, looking for Caldwell, and we're going to have a flag against Perry. And whenever you put your hands up like you didn't do something,
right,
that means you did something.
You probably did do something. You saw that Darius Holton's hands up like, what did I do? And the referee's like, well, you interfered.
Offense, number 88,
wow.
15-yard penalty, 3-play 2nd down.
Chris, we stand corrected.
We do stand corrected. Darius Holton is innocent.
Apparently they called the push-off. Yeah, it was a pick play and a push-off by 88. And that was DeSalle Puffer.
So that'll push the Wolves back. Now have the ball at the 17-yard line. We had movement on the line.
And it looks like it's going to go against Perry.
Dead ball, encroachment, 87 defense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So the penalty is going to go against Harley Scott.
Chandler now 2nd down, 13 yards to go.
Take a look again. The penalties, all of the penalties coming here in the 2nd quarter. We had a clean 1st quarter. 25 seconds remaining, 2nd and goal, Chandler from the Perry 13-yard line. Conover rolls right to buy himself some time and overthrows his receiver. 21 seconds remaining.
Got a couple defenders in on that play. That would have been a difficult catch to make.
The pass intended for number 18, Gunnar Romney.
Good look at Gunnar Romney. Touched on off the top of the broadcast, committed to play at BYU.
And goal from the 13-yard line for
There's a great opportunity for Perry to go ahead and prevent Chandler from getting in the end zone. Maybe force him to go for a field goal.
3rd and goal. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Conover flushed out of the pocket, runs looking for the pylon, reaches for it and gets it. Touchdown, Chandler.
Tell you what, if there's anything wrong with his knee, he didn't show it right there when he demonstrated that athleticism. Once that pocket collapsed to break towards the right side of the football field, get to the sideline, make a juke on the defender and get that football, stretch it out across the end zone, hit that pylon. You see the defense does a pretty good job collapsing that pocket, but Conover, the athleticism and the presence of mind to go ahead and stretch that football out, and he hits that pylon for another 6 points. Another opportunity right here, tack on the 7th to really, really stretch this game out.
Peterman on for the extra points. It's up and good. Chandler now leads Perry by count of 28-0, and welcome back Jacob Conover. 13-yard touchdown run. We know he can do it with his arm. He also shows he can do it with his legs.
Yeah, just look at the athleticism right here. He's able to go ahead and make the quick fake. The juke move on the defender, number 9. Mr. Mayberry, as he's able to go ahead and stretch that football across that pylon, just hit the pylon for the touchdown.
This week on Yurview's High School Football Recruiting Podcast, host Jeremy Crabtree takes a deep look into the recent FBI recruiting crackdown and how that may impact college football with guest Evan Daniels from Scout.com and Jason Kirk of SB Nation. Should college athletes be paid? Would that help or hurt the situation? We'll break down these questions and more, plus an update on #1 QB recruit Justin Fields and his recent campus visit to Alabama. All that and more on this week's episode of Over the Middle podcast. You can check that out at Yurview.com. 12 seconds remaining here in the first half. Chandler leading Perry 28-0. Kick's going to be handled just before the goal line by Eppinger. Tries to work that left side, gets outside to the sideline, has room, cuts it up, still on his feet for finally getting pushed out of bounds near midfield. Big return by Eppinger with 2 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And boy, he almost broke that. Take a look, good blocking up front. And you see Eppinger break to the outside. And just right there, boy, he was close to breaking that, taking it to the house. And they would have certainly benefited from that. But it sets up an opportunity perhaps for a Hail Mary with 2 seconds left at midfield.
Eppinger showing those wheels, the off-the-charts speed that Coach Preston Jones spoke of before the game. So the ball will be spotted at midfield. And we know Brock Purdy, he's got an arm on him. He can let it fly.
Yes, he does. Just, will his offensive line allow him enough time to allow his receivers to get down the field and position themselves around the end zone?
But it's actually Deshane James that's going to check in and take the snap here, quarterback. So we're going to have trips to the left, Deshane James at quarterback. Maybe he's got the stronger arm. Rolls left, plants his feet, now steps into it, lets it fly. Just short. Falls incomplete. And that will do it for the first half here at Austin Field at Chandler High School. And it is the Chandler Wolves leading the Perry Pumas by a score of 28-0. You're watching the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. We'll be right back.
Refresh yourself with a Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. It stays cold longer, and we offer more choices than ever before. More choices like Powerade, vitamin water, iced tea, and full throttle. Ready for the best part? You can get any size foam Polar Pop Cup for only 89 cents every day. More choices than ever before. Talk about refreshing. More choices, most value. At Circle K.
Jack's Breakfast Pockets for $2 each. Break up your breakfast routine with your choice of 2 grilled pockets filled with either ham or sausage, both made with freshly cracked eggs and 2 melty cheeses, all jam-packed into a warm grilled flour tortilla. So give your tired old breakfast a wake-up call. Try Jack's Breakfast Pockets for just $2. But you'd better hurry, because if you snooze, you lose out on this deal. Come try Jack's Breakfast Pockets each for just $2. Only from Jack in the Box.
Come on, buddy, you can do it. Oh, man, this is still going to be on you.
Looking for a real good time? Come to Red Devil, where old traditions become new. Whether it's a special occasion or a night out on the town, Red Devil will meet all your dine-in and take-out needs at a price that's hard to beat. Red Devil, starting a new tradition.
Welcome back to the Game Time Game of the Week at Chandler High School. And it is the Wolves leading the top-ranked team in 6A, the Perry Pumas, by count of 28-0. Well, over the last few years, Arizona has become fertile ground for producing elite quarterbacks. This season in the Division I college ranks, there are 5 former Valley Stars starting at their respective programs. Ryan Finley from Paradise Valley is at North Carolina State. Kyle Allen from Desert Mountain is at Houston. Brian Lewerke from Pinnacle is at Michigan State. Daryl Garrettson from Chandler is at Oregon State. And Tyler Rogers is putting up big numbers at Mexico State after starring at Liberty. Now this year's crop of high school quarterbacks is looking to raise the bar above those that came before them.
I don't think I've ever seen this many top-notch quarterbacks in the same class ever.
The quarterback position in Arizona has become an arms race. This year's collection of QBs is impressive. Hamilton senior Tyler Shough is headed to North Carolina, spurning offers from Alabama, Michigan, Florida State, and Georgia. Gilbert senior Jack Plummer is committed to Purdue. Saguaro senior Max Massengale will be going to Air Force. And Pinnacle junior Spencer Rattler, the #1 ranked dual threat QB in the class of 2019, has committed to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma was my 5th offer. And once I met Lincoln Riley, I knew I had a feeling, this is the guy that I'd want my coach to be like. And we just developed a great relationship.
A lot of times I'm literally just in awe because I know I'm watching somebody special. They've got that special sauce. They've got that it factor, that ability to extend plays, to make something happen when things aren't going right.
Chandler Jr. Jacob Conover has numerous offers, including BYU, Arizona, and Alabama.
It was pretty surreal. Nick Saban's a really cool dude. He's down to earth, great guy, and like the hype around Alabama is real. Everything there is top notch, and it was a cool experience.
His intelligence on the field, he's another coach on the field. I think he's very accurate, and he's not a roller coaster, and so everything's even keel, and he just does a great job.
Perry senior Brock Purdy, who was named All-Arizona First Team last year, has offers from UNLV, New Mexico State, and NAU, but is still looking for an offer from a Power 5 conference school.
I can spin the ball, I can run with my feet, and so I know wherever I land, the college is going to be, they're really interested in me and trusting me, so it'll be a good situation.
Brock Purdy's 1 in a million. I don't know if I'll ever coach another kid like him. He has that it value. He's got those tangibles that you just don't come across very often.
Chaparral sophomore Jack Miller, who moved up 3 levels after playing last season at Scottsdale Christian Academy, already has 9 offers, including 1 from Ohio State.
It was super fun. I got to talk to Urban and all the coaches, and they like me and I like them a lot, so I'm excited to see where that goes.
It doesn't hurt that, he has, a cannon of an arm. Being able to throw the ball, 60, 70 yards down the field in the air helps a lot. Now with some of the recognition that we're getting from a lot of the quarterbacks that are here, it definitely puts Arizona on the map as far as a recruiting bid moving forward.
So what is the reason behind the recent boom at the quarterback position?
There's a lot of quarterback coaches that do a really good job, but I think there's really good coaching at the schools themselves. And then there's a lot of guys, the private quarterback coaches that have been around and been established and do a great job.
When teams have elite quarterbacks, coaches suddenly become a lot smarter.
It's night and day. Those guys are out there running the show for you, and when they can make those completions and make those reads and you trust them, it kind of opens up your play calling a little bit as well.
That is a game changer. When you have a guy, if you don't have a quarterback, you struggle, and that's at every level, all the way to the NFL.
Other quarterbacks who have impressed are Vail Cienega's Jamari Joyner. Choya QB Jordan Porter has been lighting it up down in Tucson. Joyner has committed to U of A. You got Maricopa's Alex Smith and junior Gunnar Cruz from Castile. He has an offer from ASU. We're going to step aside for a quick break. It's Chandler leading Perry by a count of 28-0. You're watching the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. We'll be right back.
Come on, buddy, you can do it. Yeah. Oh, man, this is still going to be on you.
Looking for a real good time? Come to Red Devil, where old traditions become new. Whether it's a special occasion or a night out on the town, Red Devil will meet all your dine-in and take-out needs at a price that's hard to beat. Red Devil, starting a new tradition.
Refresh yourself with a Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. It stays cold longer, and we offer more choices than ever before. More choices like Powerade, vitamin water, iced tea, and full throttle. Ready for the best part? You can get any size foam Polar Pop cup for only 89 cents every day. More choices than ever before. Talk about refreshing. More choices, most value. At Circle K.
Are you talkies enough?
Capital of Iceland. Reykjavik. R-E-E-Y. Whoops.
Takis. Taste the fury of our flavors and face the intensity.
And we always like to thank Red Devil Italian Restaurant, your place for authentic taste of Italy. 3 convenient locations around the valley. They have the best pizza, pasta, and wings around. Mention the Yurview High School football game of the week and get 15% off your order. Family owned since 1960. And we got the Chandler Wolves leading Perry by a count of 28-0 here at the half. Chris Harris here along with Armand Williams up in the booth. And Armand, we expected a shootout here tonight. One of the teams is playing up to the part, but one of them not so much.
Yeah, Perry hasn't showed up tonight offensively. They've had opportunities. They've moved the football across the 50-yard line, or at least near the 50-yard line, but they haven't been able to capitalize. Great job by Chandler's defense.
Let's take a look now at the first half highlights from this game here at Chandler High School. There was a defensive battle here early on.
Yeah, it was a defensive battle here early on. You see the nice tackle there by Perry. Look, they showed up defensively initially, and then you have the sack here on big 99 Manoa on Purdy. As there's just absolutely nowhere to run for Purdy. Then you have Conovers, who's back after missing 5 games. You see the legs there. He's able to take off with the football, pick up the first down, extend that drive. And then here you got Brooks, the first touchdown in on the game. The 5-yard off tackle play. And here's 4th and 5. Perry, you got the bad snap. It's recovered anyway. It's turnover on downs. Gives the ball back to Chandler in good field position. Then they capitalize here with the handoff to Anderson. You see Anderson going north and south, utilizing his speed as he's able to go ahead and sprint past the defense for the 2nd touchdown of the game. Then here's probably the easiest pass that Hart is ever going to catch.
Wide open.
In his career. Absolutely wide open. Complete jailbreaker by the defense. And then here's Conover. You see with his athleticism, utilizing his legs once again, as he's able to stretch football across the pylon. And here are the stats. The game, it's pretty much been one-sided offensively, Chris.
Absolutely. And Perry's offense, they came into tonight's game averaging 59 points a game. Gets shut out in the first half. This Wolves defense getting it done.
Yeah, they're doing it they're doing it on the ground. Chandler, you see 175 yards to only 25 yards for Perry. And passing, it's a little bit closer, 128 versus 80 for Perry. They're going to have to move this football down the field a lot. They're going to have to do a lot better job here in the second half if they want to try to make this a football game.
And those are relatively pedestrian numbers for Brock Purdy, 8 of 12, 80 yards. They're going to need to get things going there offensively here in the second half for the Pumas. So we're going to step aside again for another quick break. More from halftime from Chandler High School when we come back on the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview.
Whenever a craving hits, Jack's got your back.
Somebody craving my really big chicken sandwich?
The really big chicken sandwich combo for $3.99. Double the chicken, double the cheese, topped with hickory smoked bacon, plus curly fries and a refreshing drink. All for just $3.99.
Thanks, Jack. You're welcome.
The $3.99 really big chicken sandwich combo, only at Jack in the Box.
Today, we are shining a spotlight on some of our graduates from AAI who have moved into successful new careers with training and education in skilled trades.
This is Joe, one of our graduates at AAI. He loves working on engines with his dad, and that, along with wanting a better future for himself, kept him motivated to change his life. You'll see lots of graduate stories on our website at aai.edu.
Schedule a time to visit with us and see for yourself what training and education from AAI can do for you.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
Here are this week's Arizona Automotive Institute top games of the week. AAI, turn your dreams into reality with career training from AAI. How about Highland at Mountain Point? The Hawks with a week off after their first loss of the season to Perry. Mountain Point, they're coming off a big win in the Awatuki Bowl against Desert Vista. Desert Ridge is going to be coming up next week, so this could be a bit of a trap game here for Highland. We'll see. And then Cactus at Sunrise Mountain. The Cobras, they're a team that's looking to put their name in the title hunt race with a win over the Mustangs. Sunrise Mountain, you got to remember, they only lost by 3 points against Saguaro a couple weeks back. Apollo and Maricopa, both teams coming off losses against the #1 team in the state, really, when Centennial, who got that big victory last week against St. Thomas Aquinas, a game you saw right here on Yurview. Skyline at Mesa, Jackrabbit running back Chris Jackson. He's gone for over 300 yards rushing the past 2 games. Coyotes junior Aaron Wood, he's got over 800 yards rushing and 9 TDs. Nice start to the season himself. Red Mountain at Mountain View, the battle for Brown Road. Mountain Lions have won 4 straight in that matchup. Then you got Queen Creek at Campo Verde. The Bulldogs, they're on a collision course with Centennial. Liberty at Chaparral. This really is do or die time for the Firebirds. They go up against a Lions squad that is on a roll. Liberty defensively has given up just 59 points all season long. Been very stout on that side of the ball. And Sabino at Push Ridge. This is a big division game, 3 down south. Step aside again for another quick break. We'll be back with more from Austin Field at Chandler High School. The Wolves leading the Pumas by a count 28-0. You're watching the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. We'll be right back. Back onto the beat, ladies and gentlemen.
Whenever a craving hits, Jack's got your back.
Somebody craving my really big chicken sandwich?
The really big chicken sandwich combo for $3.99. Double the chicken, double the cheese, topped with hickory smoked bacon, plus curly fries and a refreshing drink. All for just $3.99.
Thanks, Jack. You're welcome.
The $3.99 really big chicken sandwich combo, only at Jack in the Box.
Today, we are shining a spotlight on some of our graduates from AAI who have moved into successful new careers with training and education in skilled trades.
This is Joe, one of our graduates at AAI. He loves working on engines with his dad, and that, along with wanting a better future for himself, kept him motivated to change his life. You'll see lots of graduate stories on our website at aai.edu.
Schedule a time to visit with us and see for yourself what training and education from AAI can do for you.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
Welcome back to the Game Time Game of the Week at Chandler High School. And it is the Wolves leading the Perry Pumas by a count of 28-0. as they're cranking up the tunes and feeling lively here at Austin Field. And they should. They get their team leading by a count of 28-0. Let's now hear from Chandler head coach Sean Aguano talking about the front-loaded schedule this season for his Chandler Wolves team.
I like playing and front-loading that schedule. For me, I use it as evaluation period for us. So those front-loaded schedules are done on purpose. I wanted to see what kind of team we are as competitive-wise, and then I make adjustments with our coaching staff and our kids. And so those 4 games are an evaluation period of where we're at, and we hit that middle of the season, and then we know where our strengths and weaknesses at, and then we start rolling into the season. And it has worked well for us the last 3 years.
And as you take a look at this schedule, Red Mountain and its IMG Academy, who came in here the number 2 ranked team in the country, and Chandler at that time was number 7 ranked team in the country. So that had a big matchup, national implications. And you got Pinnacle, Mountain Point. I mean, talk about running the gauntlet right out of the gates.
Yeah, you know what? He's not afraid to go ahead and put his team through the fiery crucible, and they've come out pretty nicely in spite of the 2 losses.
Time now for the Red Devil Restaurant delivery of the game. The good folks from Red Devil Italian Restaurant always take great care of us. They have the best pizza, pasta, and wings in town at their 3 locations. Mention the Yurview High School Football Game of the Week. You'll receive 15% off your order. Here's tonight's Red Devil delivery of the game. The Chandler Wolves cheer squad enjoying some of that nice pizza. Red Devil Italian Restaurant always does a great job. And here is the delivery of the game, the Trey Hart touchdown catch. Not going to get much more open than that, huh, Armand?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the easiest touchdown he's going to ever have. And it's probably in his football career. A complete jailbreak.
And sometimes those are some of the harder ones to make because you're so wide open, you don't want to drop the ball.
Exactly. The only thing you're thinking is catch the football, catch the football, catch the football. Yeah. But he did a nice job catching it, gathering it in, turning his body, and then walking into the end zone. He could have walked in the end zone from there.
Chandler players trying to get their fans fired up. That was number 41, Trey Franco, junior linebacker. Back to return for Perry is Eppinger. Cash Peterman to kick it off for Chandler, and the second half is underway. This one will go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Pumas will take over from their own 20-yard line. And if you're Preston Jones at halftime with your team, what's your message?
Message is 1 play at a time, 1 first down at a time. Try to move this football, and this first possession is going to be so important, so critical for this Perry team. See if they can go ahead and move this football down the field, and not just move it down the field. They've been able to move it down the field, but once you get it to or past the 50-yard line, can you convert that into points? Because if they can't convert this into points, then forget about it. Game is over.
You see Purdy's numbers from the first half. Now, he came into tonight's game averaging 283 yards passing per game, had just 80 in the first half. And it's basically rinse and repeat from the first half. First play offensively for Perry. Chris Manoa with his 3rd sack of the night.
Yeah, Chris Manoa is having a career game tonight. Let's take a look. Again, you got to start double teaming this kid because he's just absolutely having his way with one-on-one protection. I don't think that there's anybody on Perry's offensive line that can guard him or they can block him.
Handoff up the middle on the loose for Perry. Big pickup, Jalen Young. Pumping a little life in this Perry offense.
Great run by Young here. He's able to go ahead and break through this defensive front 7, and this is probably the best play of the night so far by Perry's offense.
Purdy this time finds his tight end, Tate Speaker. Perry starting to move the ball once again.
Move the football, get it to the 50-yard line. Like I said, they haven't had that much difficulty moving the football, but it's once they are able to get it around midfield, it's taking it to that next level, getting it into the end zone. That's so important for this offense. This drive is so critical for them.
Purdy going to keep it left side. First down, Pumas.
And again, they get the football to the 50-yard line. Now let's see what they're able to do offensively. Can they go ahead and move this football down the field, get it into the end zone, and start to put Chandler's defense on their heels a little bit?
1st and 10, Perry from their own 48. Handoff, Young breaks through, still on his feet, finally gets brought down. Another big run here for Jalen Young.
They discovered something on the left-hand side here in this offensive line. They're taking advantage of it. This is the second run on this possession here by Young, and Young's done a great job getting into that second level of the defense.
Handoff up the middle, it's Fultz this time. Fultz came in to tonight's game with 10 touchdowns through Perry's first 6 games. And there's Chris Manoa once again wearing the Hannibal Lecter face mask.
He's playing like Hannibal, isn't he?
He's nasty out there.
He's a monster.
2nd down and 8. Two receivers split to the right, 3 to the left for Purdy. Purdy goes across the middle of the field, has his receiver, Colby Dickey. Touchdown, Perry. Colby Dickey with the 31-yard touchdown catch. And the Pumas are on the board.
And this is their best offensive possession of the night, obviously. They're able to finally move this football and get it across the end zone. What they did is they split the receivers, wide gaps, open up the field for Purdy. And then you see him just go ahead and slip Colby Dickey across the middle of that football field. They did is they went trips on one side and then they went doubles on the other side, put them both towards the sideline. Bunch formation allowed them to really spread that defense out, and then the slide Colby Dickey through the middle of the field, and he was able to make the catch, get it across the end zone. Great play call there by Perry.
Coming on now for the extra point, Gavin Sherwood. And it is going to be wide. Wide left. It is no good. Perry is on the board with the Colby Dickey touchdown catch from Brock Purdy. It's time to take a Circle K Polar Pop timeout. Chandler leading Perry by a score of 28-6. Stay tuned for more game time on Yurview after the Circle K Polar Pop timeout.
Come on, buddy, you can do it. Oh, man, this is so good beyond.
Looking for a real good time? Come to Red Devil, where old traditions become new. Whether it's a special occasion or a night out on the town, Red Devil will meet all your dine-in and take-out needs at a price that's hard to beat. Red Devil, starting a new tradition.
What makes Evett better than other schools is that it's very hands-on, and the teachers, you can tell they really want to teach. They love teaching their students. The people who work here really care about what they're doing.
Welcome back to the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. 9:39 remaining here in the third quarter. Chandler leading Perry by a score of 28-6, but the Pumas marched down the field on the opening drive of the second half. Brock Purdy with a 31-yard scoring strike to Colby Dickey to get the Pumas on the board.
And boy, did they need that. And that was the exact time. That was an opportune time for them to get some points across the board, but unfortunately they weren't able to convert the extra point attempt, excuse me. But it's going to be very interesting to see what they look like defensively here.
And there's the short kick. It's me. Braden Liebrock just falls down. We were talking about the kickoff.
Yeah, you were contemplating
maybe an onside kick.
You were contemplating whether they should do the onside kick, and I think that he kicked it just a little bit too hard. I think that was more of an onside attempt.
Take a look at the scoring drive, capped off by the Dickey 31-yard touchdown catch. Covered 80 yards in 7 plays and 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
That's pretty efficient.
So the Wolves will start from their own 38-yard line. Drake Anderson cuts it straight up the middle, now to the left sideline. It's a foot race. Drake Anderson, terrific run by Chandler. But we have a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage.
And whenever you see that flag at the line of scrimmage, it typically means one thing: it's going to come back. And it is, in fact, a hold on Chandler, which negates a phenomenal run there. Otherwise, by Drake Anderson, as he sprung that loose. There's a hold right there. You see it. It's obvious. That helped spring Drake Anderson. Good run, nonetheless, on his part. But unfortunately, it's going to come back all for naught. It's negated because of the hold.
Chandler head coach Sean Aguano likes the effort to see if he can do it a little cleaner next time.
First down, 20 yards to go.
So it's now going to be first down and 20 for the Wolves. Hand off to DeCarlos Brooks. He turns it upfield. What a cut! DeCarlos Brooks, left side foot race, finally gets shoved out of bounds. But a huge, huge run by Brooks, and no penalty flag on this one.
It is absolutely phenomenal blocking up front, which springs Brooks. A little bit of a botched handoff between quarterback and Brooks, but you see Brooks there able to go ahead and take that football, cut it towards the sideline, and he rips it all the way to the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line, before he was stopped there by Darius Holton. See, great cutback right there. You talk about breaking ankles. He tore up somebody's ankles right there. And you see him get all the way inside the 10-yard line before he's able to get tackled. It was just outside the 10-yard line. Actually, they spotted out the 11.
Let's now hear from Perry head coach Preston Jones talking about making a step up to the next level and staying there and being one of the big-time programs here in the 6A level.
People always tell me that it's harder to stay on top. I always tell the boys we're not on top. I don't know if there is a top. I think that you're constantly challenging yourself every day to strive for that perfection. Like I said, Monday through Thursday. We're real big on preparation, and we think that Friday nights will take care of themselves if we prepare the right way mentally and physically. And so we're happy where we're at, but we're not even close to being satisfied with what we've done so far.
Well, Perry came into tonight's game the top-ranked team in 6A with a record of 6-0. Last season, they went 11-2, were the number 3 seed going in the state tournament, where they lost in the semifinals to Chandler. And we touch on what Jones was speaking of. Perry right there, number 1, Mountain Point, number 2, Chandler at 3, Hamilton at 4. So it's a lot of the usual suspects we see on this list.
Absolutely, but this is the first time that Perry's ever been ranked the top in the Division 6. They want to try to stay that way, but they have an uphill battle if they're going to try to stay at the top.
Preston Jones told us this is the best team they've had at Perry. The Pumas are now in their 10th year as a varsity program. Preston Jones has been the head coach, and Drake Anderson, right side, cuts it inside. Touchdown! Oh, he's being marked just short.
Wow, I thought he broke the plane.
It looked like he did break the plane, but they were going to mark him just short of a first down.
And unfortunately for Drake Anderson, there's no instant replay like there would be in college football or the NFL. We have instant replay up here, but unfortunately they don't have it on the field. You see him right here, it breaks tackle. Oh yeah, he clearly got that football across the end zone.
And now it is officially a touchdown for Chandler. And great move there by Sean Aguano, giving the ball to Drake Anderson and getting him his touchdown right there.
Absolutely. He earned it the first time, but first you don't succeed. Go ahead and hand it back to Drake Anderson, allow him to go ahead and get that touchdown.
So Chandler continues to roll offensively. Anderson, another touchdown for the Wolves as they stretch their lead to 34-6. Peterman on for the extra point, and it is good. Chandler now leading by a score of 35-6, 8:54 remaining here in the third quarter. All Game Time high school football games streamed live each week at Yurview.com. Also check back throughout the week for game highlights and additional coverage, including the new weekly high school football recruiting podcast, Over the Middle, with host Jeremy Crabtree. And that's got to be a happy sideline right now if you're the Chandler Wolves.
You got to be elated. I mean, look, Perry proved that they can move the football down the field like they've done all night, but this is the first time, that last possession, that they were finally able to go ahead and punch it across the end zone. But if you're Chandler, you'd be more than happy to go ahead and trade points at this stage, being up 20. Now they're up 29 points. Perry missed that extra point attempt. You'll trade points all the rest of the night with it.
How much of tonight do you think is Chandler is 5-0 career-wise against Perry. They beat him twice last season, including the state semifinals. They just want to continue to make that statement that you're not in our class.
Yeah, it's you have to think that it's a little bit psychological, but that, in addition to that, you look at the fact that Chandler High School had the entire week off. They're in their, I guess, their winter break or their early fall break, and they had that extra practice and that extra film time. It looks like it's paying off.
Having a big night for Chandler offensively is the senior running back, Drake Anderson. He showed a lot of that speed, that power, and his ability to cut, have that burst.
Absolutely. You know, once he gets into that second level, he's absolutely dangerous. Seeing nice runs here all night long. In this game by Anderson, Anderson's able to go ahead and break a touchdown on that particular play there. Then they go ahead and reward him after he wasn't rewarded the first time with the touchdown, with an easy touchdown just off between the right guard and the center.
And give credit too to the offensive line to see Drake Anderson's numbers. On the run is Purdy. Nice pickup there for the senior. Gets it out to the 35-yard line.
Just a good read by Purdy. Saw an opportunity, took advantage of it, pick up a first down.
So Perry continues to move the ball offensively. Scored a touchdown their first possession here the second half. It's Kenny Foltz this time. Ball is loose. Let's see if they call it a fumble, if they marked him down. And it's going to be second down, so it'll be Perry's ball. So it'll be a gain of 5 for Foltz.
Gotta have better ball security. Did not cough this football up. You're trying to get back into this football game. See, Foles right here is able to break a couple tackles, but that ball was clearly stripped. But fortunately for them, they were able to recover it.
Purdy on the run, then the pitch. Luckily, getting a cherry hop and able to field it cleanly after the ball hit the turf was Connor Boyd, but that could have been big-time trouble. Just as you mentioned, they can't afford to turn it over right now.
Yeah, you see Purdy right here waiting for the delayed pitch right here. It gets botched. Yeah, he probably should have just went ahead and tucked it, but it's fortunate that he got the good hop, so they were able to recover and get the first down.
1st and 10 for the Pumas from their own 49. 7:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Purdy's going to keep it. Bounces it to the outside. Hurdles the defender. And that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, you can't. I don't believe you can hurdle a defender in high school football. I remember I did that years ago when I was playing high school football quarterback, and I got a penalty on. You can't. You still can't do it. You couldn't do it back in '91. You can't do it in 2017.
Personal foul. Hurdling. Number 13 of the offense. 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're a hurdler like I am, or like Purdy, apparently, you got to keep it on the track. You can't utilize it on the football field, not in high school.
How do you judge his form there, Armand, being the hurdling expert that you are?
Not bad. He looks like an intermediate hurdler. Maybe not a high hurdler, maybe a 300 hurdler.
Maybe over 300 guy?
Yeah,
okay.
I think a 300 guy would suit him.
Well, Purdy plays for the Perry baseball team. Not a part of the trap team.
No, but he's an athlete. He's an athlete, but unfortunately you can't do that in high school football.
It's going to set up 1st and 20 now. 2 receivers left, 2 split to the right. Purdy drops back, finds his receiver, and making the catch. A big pickup here for Perry.
Purdy's pass complete to number 93 for Perry.
Purdy had some time. Drop back and get the throw. Delivers a nice ball.
Good catch by 93. As he just got the football over the middle, big 93 with a nice catch, picks up the first down, moves the football across the 50-yard line.
And the Pumas continue to move the chains as Carson Bachman with the catch. First and 10 from the 40. And we got a correction there on the catch. We believe it was Ty Chesley with the catch. .6:25 remaining here, third quarter. Second down and 7 coming up here for Brock Purdy and the Pumas.
And if you're Perry, you got to be cognizant of the clock. You don't want to rush it, but you want to move the football fast.
Purdy up the middle. Going to get brought down at about the 30-yard line, and it looks like it should be a first down for Perry. And the chains are moving. First down for the Pumas.
And that's going to stop the clock. They got to be on this football and have the play called quickly. You don't want to eat up too much clock. Here you're down by 29 points. You got to try to get back in this football game.
Trips to the right. Long receiver up top. Purdy's going to keep it again. Working that left side. Tries to deliver the stiff arm to Robert McPhee, but McPhee will have none of that.
Yeah, McPhee with the club of the left hand. Not allowing Purdy to go ahead and break containment. Good job. He's not going to get any yards on that, so it's going to be considered a sack. You see Purdy with the deliberate quarterback run to the outside. It's like you mentioned, McPhee with the club and the tackle for no gain.
McPhee had 6 tackles and 2 sacks in the matchup against Mountain Point earlier this season. Second and 10. Purdy pump fake, throws deep, has a receiver. Looking for James, but the throw goes out of bounds.
Yeah, just threw a little bit too far out of bounds. It was a nice little stutter and go attempt by James, but good coverage by the defense. By the defensive back, cornerback. Didn't bite too hard on that. That was number 5. That was Zeke Robbins there on the coverage. Good coverage by Zeke.
Yeah, Zeke Robbins, he has an offer from Air Force. His brother played at Air Force, and Zeke's actually going to go visit Colorado Springs this weekend after tonight's game.
Beautiful campus. If you've ever been down there, Colorado Springs Air Force Academy.
I've done a game there, yes. Third and 10. Perry from the Chandler 30. Purdy has time, now decides to tuck it and run. Still on his feet, breaks a few tackles. First down, Pumas. Brock Purdy showing some of that strength and speed and athleticism, gets the first down.
Intestinal fortitude and courage by Purdy. Boy, did he take a licking at the end of this. Again, good coverage there on the defense. He decides to go ahead and tuck it, and look at these hits. He's able to bounce off some tackles, but take a look at the punishment that he takes at the end of this play.
Illegal shift is the call against Perry.
And the penalty on the play will negate the big run by Purdy. And that will push Perry back with another costly penalty here for the Pumas.
And we were talking about this in the first half, as they were able to move the football down the field, but then they got these costly penalties, which took them out of opportunities to score points on the board. So here's another 3rd and long situation.
3rd and 15. Purdy pulls up and retreats. Now he's just going to throw the ball out of bounds. Smart decision there by Purdy, but you know, he's running for his life back there. He's showing some great skills.
Yeah, he really is. You see him. He loves that little inside-outside jab move. Maybe he learned that from Aaron. I don't know if he learned that from Aaron Rodgers, if he learned that from Tony Romo, but he does a lot of inside-outside, trying to control the pocket. He does a great job maneuvering, but this defense, Chandler, these Wolves have really gotten after him and not allowed him to get outside. Great job in containment by this defense tonight.
Perry's going to go for it, 4th and 15. Purdy looks downfield, tucks it. Again, tries to evade the rush, but there is nothing but black jerseys in front of him. Purdy gets brought down. in on the tackle for the Wolves. Max Sandlin amongst others.
And you got to be pleased if you coach Aguano. These Chandler Wolves done a phenomenal job pretty much all night long as far as containing Purdy, and then not just containing, putting pressure on him, and then also the combination of that and the coverage down the field.
So there's Purdy. He's seen nothing but black jerseys all night long. And the Pumas turn it over on downs, and the Wolves will take over from their own 33-yard line. And it's Drake Anderson once again up the middle, breaks the tackle. Drake Anderson, it's a foot race for the end zone. Anderson will win it. Touchdown, Chandler.
And again, they're just establishing that run now. They're in a situation where they don't have to throw the football anymore. They've established a nice lead, and now they're just going to go ahead and feed the run to Anderson. And Anderson's doing the rest. Look, again, great job by the offensive line. He's able to get into that second level, that secondary. Makes the guy miss. He's able to break out of a whoopee ankle tackle and sprints to the end zone for another touchdown, his third on the night.
And this one coming from 67 yards out. Anderson goes over the 100-yard mark for the 5th time this season. Peterman on for the extra point. And it is no good. Pushed it wide right. Peterson's not too sure about that call. Take a look at the 67-yard touchdown run by Drake Anderson.
Yeah, kind of a tray action, kind of a tray counter action by Anderson. Good blocking up front as he sprung him into the second level. Once he got to the second level, was able to go ahead and break that would-be tackle, the ankle tackle. Right there, breaks the ankle tackle, the hip ankle tackle, is able to go ahead and out sprint the rest of the defense to the end zone.
Drake Anderson now has gone over 1,000 yards on the season. 16 touchdowns, and 3 of those coming tonight.
And a phenomenal average. Look at that, almost picking up a first down every time he touches the football.
And remember, this is a guy who missed the previous 2 seasons. He missed his sophomore and junior years because of hip injuries. He had to have his labrums repaired. So this is his first full year of football since his freshman season. And he has looked very impressive.
He certainly
one of the top backs we've seen this season.
Yeah, he's going to turn some heads with some scouts to this performance tonight if he hasn't done so already.
I mean, this guy's an absolute home run hitter. He's drawn the interest of Cal, Oregon State, Nevada, amongst others. And I wouldn't be surprised if some bigger schools come knocking on his door as this season continues, as the fellas get a little pleasure out of watching the touchdown run. There's our scoring drive, if you want to call it that.
One play, 67 yards. You can't get any better than that.
How about covering 67 yards in 11 seconds on the run?
There you go. That's speed, man. And he had to break a couple tackles and cut back in order to do that. This kid can run.
How about this technology these days, Armand, where they can watch the game, the replays right away?
Oh, I wish I would have had that kind of technology when I was in high school. That's fun.
It's amazing how technology has helped change the game. You guys were rolling with what, VHS machines? You could watch them what, about a Monday?
You know,
the VHS.
You know, the funny thing is that we had the VHS tapes, but I remember when I was in high school, my head coach, Bernie Benson from Valley Christian High School, he had tapes on Rod Woodson when they played them up in Minnesota. Those were black and white, those old black and white.
They were black and white.
Yep, back in those days, yep.
Well, I know our producer, Rich Reed, I think he was reel to reel going in on Saturday mornings. 1-inch reel to reel going in on Saturday mornings.
Right.
A little tired. Almost intercepted there. Getting his hands on it, but not able to haul it in was Avery Carrington. Carrington, his older brother Devin played at Hamilton, plays college ball at Stanford, and Avery's drawn some interest from ASU and U of A, and he actually transferred in to Chandler for Hamilton himself.
Yeah, talking about another powerhouse program in Hamilton High School. Fortunately for Purdy, that ball was incomplete because he was the only one that was really anywhere near that football.
Purdy looking for his receiver. Colby Dickey falls incomplete.
And you're starting to see cracks in that armor. Look, Brock Purdy's a heck of a quarterback. He's talented, he's got poise, composure, but at some point you figure that even he's going to start to crack under the pressure and the stress this defense they've done to him all night long. And that was a quick 4 and out. They're going to have to punt the football back to Chandler and give Chandler good field position depending on the punt.
4th down and 14. Boyd gets it away. De La Torre comes in and makes the catch, falling to the ground at the Perry 48-yard line. There's a look right there at Eric Richardson. He's also the head track and field coach, and for the girls track and field team, they've won the state title the last 2 years, making it 11 of the last 12 years. They also won 9 straight from 2006 to 2014. Also an assistant coach here with the football team, and we've talked about it tonight. A lot of these Chandler football players also part of the track team as well.
And you know, there's nothing like speed. Speed kills, and you can't really coach speed, so you can develop it. And if you have an opportunity with a coach like that, you certainly need to utilize it.
And Drake Anderson is also one of those track guys. Does the 100, 200, and the 4x100 relay. He's run a 10.92 100 meters.
Because you look at those, you look at the great programs, like the great college football programs. Just about all of them are synonymous for not just having good football programs, but having good track and field programs and having athletes that cross over from track and field to football.
2nd down and 5. Anderson once again runs over the Perry defender. And another 1st down for the Wolves.
At this time, it's just feed Anderson. If you're not going to feed Anderson, you can go ahead and you can feed to Carlos Brooks. And these guys are getting 5-6 yards in a cloud of dust.
Here's a good look at Jacob Conover, the quarterback. He was named the Max Preps preseason All-American junior class 2nd team. So he's got some nice accolades not only here in Arizona, but nationally as well, as he connects with Jarrett Caldwell for another 1st down.
Yeah, just when we're talking about them moving the football down the field, little off-tackle plays, he goes ahead, throws the football to Jarrett Caldwell, who's wide open on that seam route. This defense by Perry, they look tired. They are worn out.
They've been on the field quite a bit this evening. 1st and 10, Chandler from the 12. Handoff, bouncing it to the outside. DeCarlos Brooks with the carry. Got a flag on the play.
And that's probably going to come back as a hold. So that'll stall the drive at least momentarily for Chandler.
DeCarlos Brooks played quarterback last year, converted to running back, and seeing those numbers here tonight, 7 carries, 100 yards, looks like he's found himself a new home here offensively.
He certainly has in the 14-yard average every time he touches the football. Not bad.
Conover, handoff. Anderson tries to find room to run, still on his feet. Gets it to the outside before being thrown to the ground by Darius Holton.
A good pickup on his part as he's able to go ahead and get almost all of that penalty yardage back. Creates a 2nd and 11. They still have an opportunity to get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown.
Bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Wolves with 1:46 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
2nd down, 11 yards to go.
Wolves leading 41-6. Conover fakes the handoff to Anderson. It's in the middle of the field, has it. Touchdown, Chandler. Jarrett Caldwell, the 13-yard touchdown catch. That's the 1st touchdown catch of the season for Caldwell.
Yeah, and that's just Nice play action pass. They were able to go ahead, fake the handoff to Anderson. Drew in the defense, and again, that's the second time on this offensive possession that they utilized that seam route to Jarrett Caldwell. They were able to go ahead and slip him through the defense for the touchdown.
Caldwell will be going to UNLV next year. Peterman on for the extra points. Splits the uprights. Chandler now extends their lead to 48-6. 1:42 remaining here in the third quarter. And it was Jarrett Caldwell with the 13-yard touchdown catch.
There's a play action to Anderson. Slip Caldwell right through that seam route. Split the defensive secondary. And just a good pass by Jacob Conover for the touchdown.
Good look at Caldwell, the senior, 6'3", 210. He shows up in big games. Last year versus Mountain Point in the state championship game, he had 5 catches for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's not afraid of the bright lights. He's not afraid of the sidelines either.
He's on the sidelines getting his, what they say, getting his groove on right now. They're having fun on that sidelines.
That's what happens when you lead 48-6.
Yeah, get a chance to go ahead, get your swerve on, get your groove on.
And that'll be another touchback. And we take a look at Jacob Conover. After missing 5 games, he's looked pretty sharp here tonight.
He certainly has. And you know what's impressive about what he's done so far tonight is right at halftime, or they started the third quarter, he already had about 64% of this offense now. Obviously, Anderson taking some of that away with his runs, phenomenal runs here in the second half. But Conover's done a great job controlling this offense with his arm as well as his legs. They certainly welcome him back.
He's shown the total package here tonight. Now, he's got offers from Alabama, U of A, Oregon State, BYU, Northwestern, amongst others. And he talked about his trip to Alabama. It was kind of like a last-minute thing. He had to fly standby to get to Tuscaloosa.
All the way out there to Tuscaloosa. That's a heck of a trip. I've been out there. It's a great college campus.
Purdy keeps it. Nice run there by Purdy. Picks up the first down. Yeah, he went to the camp at Alabama. There was 500 other high school recruits there.
Number 97, Ricardo Duarte.
And he made the trip on short notice, flying standby.
Okay.
And he got there and he's throwing the ball. And then after saving some, he wanted to have him in a private session.
Right.
So after Conover's private session with Saban, Saban pulled him in his office and said, "We're going to offer you."
That's a heck of an honor whenever you get an offer from the great Nick Saban to come to a program like the University of Alabama.
And he almost didn't make the trip. I mean, he was up at camp with the Chandler team, and it was a last-minute deal, and they weren't sure whether to go for it or not. They decided to do it and got rewarded with the scholarship offer. As we now see his backup, Billy Bolger, warming up, and he was Conover's replacement while Jacob was out for 5 games with the shoulder injury. As Purdy continues to move the ball down the field here for Perry.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fight left in him. Well, he certainly hasn't given up, but unfortunately, with the score dictates, doesn't look like they have much of a shot getting back into this football game. As you mentioned, Bolger is going to go ahead and take over the rounds of the offense next time Chandler's out there on the football field. I think they went ahead and decided to go ahead and give Conover the rest of the night off.
Inside handoff with the carry. For Perry with 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. That was Braylon Roberts with the carry. Roberts again running hard, following forward. It's going to be close to a first down.
And you have to figure that Brock Purdy probably isn't going to be playing too much more of this game either. This might be his last drive.
Third down and a long 1 yard.
That might be the right move here in this game and look to play another day. Last play of the third quarter, Purdy finds Speaker. First down, Perry, and that will bring to a close of the third quarter. And it is the Chandler Wolves all over the Perry Pumas as they lead it by a count of 48-6. You're watching the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. We'll be back with the fourth quarter when we come back.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
Ford was the only company that we really wanted to go with. Their reputation, the credibility that they have, Sanderson has that. Sanderson Ford does a really good job with their start team. They got with each one of my kids and sat in the car with them, went over every detail of the car. And for them to take the time with each one of my kids and go over every little detail in the car, that's pretty unique.
Ford, America's best-selling brand. Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Trolls.
Go, 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 go,
Cookies! This is Contour from Cox. Cable TV reimagined to get you right to the good stuff.
Welcome back to the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview, and Chandler has had plenty to cheer about here this evening at Austin Field as their Wolves lead the Perry Pumas by a score of 48-6, and it has been a dominating performance here tonight by Chandler. Purdy finds Deshaun James as the Pumas move the chains. Another first down. James with the catch. He's got offers from Iowa State and NAU. This guy is physical, athletic, a big playmaker for this Pumas team.
Yeah, they certainly have they have talent on both sides of the football field. Both of these teams, you got a lot of kids that are going to be going to Division I, Division II schools playing football. So high school is not going to be it for a lot of these kids. They're going to have opportunities to get an education and to play football the next level.
And he's shown his versatility as well. Handoff, left side, Roberts, touchdown, Perry.
Races around the left end and into the end zone.
Braylon Edwards with the 11-yard touchdown run. And Perry strikes early here in the fourth quarter.
Nice little sweep action play there to the left side. If anything, it takes a little bit of the sting off this loss, or what looks like is almost inevitable for a loss. You got that sweep play. Just a good run, good blocking up front. Spring Braylon Roberts into the end zone for the touchdown.
Gavin Sherwood on for the extra point. And it is good. So the Perry Pumas strike early here in the fourth quarter to cut into that lead now. It's time to take a Circle K Polar Pop timeout. Chandler leading Perry 48-13. Stay tuned for more Game Time on Yurview after the Circle K Polar Pop timeout.
What makes even better than other schools is that it's very hands-on, and the teachers, you can tell they really want to teach. They love teaching their students. The people who work here really care about what they're doing.
Brandon's played sports since he was about 4 years old. He was playing flag football and tweaked his knee. We ended up taking him to Phoenix Children's. The doctors confirmed that the ACL was torn, and we were given the option to not surgically repair, but then he would have to stop all sports. Brandon was devastated. We ended up going forward with the surgery. When the doctor gave him the thumbs up, he wanted to go back out onto the playing field that night. Phoenix Children's played a huge role in getting him back to sports.
Welcome back to the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. They're fired up there in the Chandler stands. Their Wolves leading by a count of 48-7. Great to see the fans wearing the pink, supporting the Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October.
Number 25, Trinity Kaufman, preparing to kick
So
off.
Perry, sure, they're fighting all the way through here.
They are. They're not giving up. I mean, they're still competing. They're a good team. Look, they're still in the mix. It's going to be a big one on the chin. This looks like to be their 6th consecutive loss against these Chandler Wolves. We've never been able to break through and beat them. Doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight.
Penalty flags on the field. Offside is the call against the Pumas.
20.
They got an offsides penalty, so that's going to go ahead and march them back. Force them to go ahead and re-kick.
Pushing back to the 35-yard line.
It looks like Perry's making some substitutions. They brought in a new kicker.
Trinity Kaufman is the new kicker for Perry. And she goes with the short kick. Be a fair catch at the 42-yard line. So Trinity Kaufman, the new kicker.
Bryce Jackson for Chandler.
Filling in there for Gavin Sherwood.
You know, and I saw her kicking some field goals prior to the game. It's like she's got a pretty strong leg on her.
And we weren't sure if we were going to see Billy Bolger coming back out, but they're going to leave Jacob Conover back in. Now, we talked to Sean Aguano before the game, and this being Conover's first game back, he said Conover could have come back 2 weeks ago. He was healthy enough, but they decided to hold him out, make sure he was completely healthy and ready to go for this game here tonight against Perry. And he has impressed, so maybe Coach Aguano wants to get him just another series under his belt before heading into next week's game.
Yeah, you know, and I think that was smart, holding him out, maybe that extra game or two. And yeah, I guess he wants to go ahead and give him one more series. I think a lot of it is predicated on the fact that Perry was able to move the football down the field and score. They were able to hold them or prevent them from getting in the end zone. I think then you probably would have went ahead and you would have seen his backup, Billy Bolger, in there, but instead decided to go ahead and give him at least one more series to see if they can eat more clock and perhaps put more points on the board.
Handoff, Anderson, big hole once again. Anderson off to the races. Touchdown, Chandler. Drake Anderson with the 48-yard touchdown run.
All right, now it's going to be interesting to see if they decide to go ahead and keep Conover in the next series. But again, great run by Anderson. Anderson having a heck of a day. This is his 4th touchdown on the night, folks. Once again, just another good handoff. Look at that, just gaping hole. Perry's defense has got to be just absolutely just winded. They've got to be spent because, I mean, that hole, he pretty much could have drove a golf cart through that hole.
They've been chasing him all night long. Extra point is up and good, and Eric Nipfer giving us the signal. Our cameraman there behind the goalpost giving us the it's good sign. Anderson, he's looked really, really good here.
Right.
Been very impressed with him.
And once he's able to get north and south, man, he's hard to stop.
You okay with those numbers here tonight, Armand?
19 rushes, 228 yards, 12-yard average, first down every time he touches the football, 4 touchdowns.
Does that work for you?
That would work for me. Certainly. If I'm Coach Iguana, I think he's pleased with that. I think he'll take that.
He came into tonight averaging 122.5 yards a game. So he's about 100 yards over that average. I tell you what, you better give some kudos to those guys up front.
Yeah, that offensive line.
Josh Pena, Devin Jan, Jamari Tansmore, Nehemiah Magale, and Tristan Real. Those guys have opened up some big, big holes for not only Anderson, but DeCarlo Brooks as well.
He owes him lunch, maybe.
More than one.
I'm sure those boys can eat.
Peterman. This time it does not reach the end zone, so we will have a return by Eppinger. Tries to find some room, cuts it up the middle before being brought down. So here are last week's Takis Hot Players of the Week. Takis face the intensity. And how about Demaria Norris, the running back from Cactus, ran for 340 yards and 6 second-half touchdowns in their big win over the rival Peoria. And how about Israel Lovell, the QB from Baghdad? He set the national 8-man passing TD record, 147, after throwing for 8 TDs in their 76-40 win. 7 of those touchdowns were to wide receiver Scotty Finnerty, who's got 26 on the season, one off the state record. We've also got Spencer Rattler, the standout junior QB at Pinnacle. How about this? On his birthday, threw for 393 yards and 5 touchdowns. Then you got Aaron Turry for Sunny Slope, 2 interceptions, returned 1 of them for a TD, and had a fumble recovery. And the Vikings win over Kellis, handing Kellis their first loss of the season.
They decided to go ahead and keep Purdy in the lineup, even in spite of the fact that they're down by 42 points here earlier in the fourth quarter. So I guess he wants them to get these reps, see if they can get some offensive momentum, continue to get some offensive momentum going into the next week's game. Still a lot of season left to be played.
Perry's got 1st and 10 from their own 41. Trips to the left, single receiver up top. Purdy looks left, pump fake, throws it deep, has a receiver, James, but it's the strong safety Gunnar Maldonado, the sophomore, almost coming up with the interception.
Yeah, he was the closest receiver from catching that football. Brock Purdy took a chance there, throwing it in the middle of the field. And you see right there, the ball just hit the ground. But I tell you what, Gunnar Maldonado made a nice attempt at that and almost pulled it in.
Maldonado is just a sophomore, starting on this Chandler Wolves defense. Very impressive. Second down and 10. Purdy overthrows his intended target. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
You know, at this moment, and I'm not going to try to question Preston Jones' decision to keep Brock Purdy out there, but Purdy looks like he's just taking a lot of unnecessary chances, this throws now. And it might be time for him to really consider pulling him out of this football game.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
3rd down,
8:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Purdy looks to the sidelines to get the call. Trips left, single receiver up top. Nice grab there by Deshaun James, making the reach and hauling it in. Terrific catch by Deshaun James. First down, Perry.
Yeah, James did a great job on that. particular pass. He literally snatched it out of the sky. I mean, he snatched it away from a couple of would-be defenders. You see right there, just a great snatch catch for a first down.
Deshane James. The big catch moves the chains. Dickey hauls it in. Close to another first down, and they're going to give it to him. Pumas continue to move the ball now at the 39-yard line.
Still showing fight. This Perry offense, they're not giving up. You got to give them credit for that. They have not given up.
Purdy moving this Perry offense. Now takes a shot down the field. Has his receiver hauled it in. Touchdown, Pumas.
Now that was a great throw. Great route running by Clayton Schmidt. Brock Purdy spotted him, threw the football on target for the, like they marked it just shy of the touchdown. Instead, he's down inside the 5-yard line. You see the play action pass here. He just spots him running down the field. On that post route, excuse me, that was a touchdown. They gave it to him.
That was Clayton Schmidt's, the 39-yard touchdown catch from Brock Purdy. Purdy showed a nice touch on that deep ball.
Nice deep post route. Good reception there for the touchdown. Schmidt, good concentration. Gathered it in for the touchdown. Just a great route run then by Schmidt. Good throw by Purdy for the pitch and the catch.
That's the third touchdown catch on the season for Clay Schmitz, the junior wide receiver. In talking with Brock Purdy before the game, I asked him, what's one of the things you really need to work on? He said, I need to be able to throw a better deep ball. That's one thing I'm really, really working on. He showed a beautiful pass right there.
That was a nice pass, in spite of the fact that they're down by a lot. You know, this game pretty much all over except for the time on the clock and the celebration, whatnot. But absolutely great throw on his part. Great deep route. Good throw, touchdown. They've showed a lot of heart.
55-20, Chandler with the lead over Perry. 7:49 remaining, fourth quarter. And Gavin Sherwood is set up for the onside kick for Perry. And that's just going to go out of bounds. So Chandler will take over at their own 35-yard line. Remember, the ball, when you kick it out of bounds, it's 25 yards from where the ball was kicked.
The Wolves take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Did the ball touch somebody? Ball touch somebody?
It looks like they're going to bring out Billy Bolger. Looks like Conover's night is over.
And Bolger does check in, the 6'4", 220-pound senior. Great night against Pinnacle, filling in for Conover. And it's going to be a handoff, and breaking some tackles and making a nice run of it is DeCarlos Brooks.
Great running by DeCarlos Brooks as he is able to get in a hyperdrive, spin off of a would-be tackler, break another tackle for a first down. They're already, because of the onside kick, they're already at midfield.
1st and 10 Wolves. Billy Bolger at quarterback in shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 split to the left. There's a ball on the ground, fumble. We'll see who comes up with it.
And it's Pinnacle. Perry's got it.
Perry comes away with it. It was Harley Scott. Looked like he might have been in, make the play for the Pumas, along with 43, Jobin Sweat.
You know, and it started with a high snap. You can see here that's the bad exchange there. Kind of a rush, a muff handoff. And you see 43
Jobin Sweat
was able to go ahead and recover it. Just a bad center to quarterback exchange there on the snap, which started that de-escalation of that play, which resulted in a fumble, and Perry's got the football just over midfield.
The first turnover of the night for Chandler. Perry also has one. And the Pumas offense will take over now at the Chandler 49-yard line. 7:16 remaining. Purdy waiting, looking, throwing. Intercepted. Chandler, Avery Carrington with the pick.
You know, in a situation like this, you got to take chances. If you're Purdy and you're Perry, you're trying to get back into this football game. They're trying to do their best to at least make it respectable. But you saw this absolutely great coverage there by Avery Carrington and great concentration on his part. So he had to go ahead and turn his body around, snatch that football, and then had presence of mind to go ahead and take it in, because you still had Shane James that was trying to knock the football out of his hands. Great concentration on his part for the interception.
And that is the second interception of the season for Avery Carrington. Big-time playmaker who transferred in from Hamilton. Drawing some interest from ASU and U of A. Carrington 6'3", 190 pounds, a good-looking athlete. Anderson, another carry. Over 200 yards on the night, and he adds to that total.
In a situation like this, you just have to figure the substitute quarterback or the second-string quarterback inserted into the game, and then well on their way to another victory against these Perry Pumas. They're still simply going to hand the football off.
Well, Billy Bolger, he started 5 games already this season when Conover was out with the injury, so it's almost like having 2 starting quarterbacks now for the Wolves. As he hands it off to DeCarlos Brooks, breaks through a couple of tackles before being brought down by Zach Correa, the senior. Another first down, though, for the Wolves.
I'm sure probably an important thing for this Chandler Wolves offense. You want to try to pick up first downs, but you do not want to get pushed out of bounds. You try to eat clock and come away with the victory.
Clock continues to run, 6 minutes remaining. Brooks takes the handoff, gets brought down. In on the tackle for Perry is Braxton Smith, along with Michael Warnick.
A 5-yard pickup.
Another 5 yards in a cloud of dust.
That's all Chandler needs right now. Just keep the clock moving. Second down and 4, 5:30 remaining. Just let that play clock run. No need to snap it.
Well, let it come
until
down.
underneath 10 seconds
Exactly.
at least.
Exactly.
Brooks handoff right side. Another first down for Chandler. We got a penalty flag
He steps out of bounds. Penalty flag on the
the
field.
turf.
He's not starting it when I blow it in, so the back judge
Now take a look at the former Chandler Wolves that are now in the NFL.
All starters to call against Chandler. That penalty is
They've got
declined.
6
Holding
active players in the
against
NFL.
Wolves
Brett
is
Hundley.
accepted.
You got the 2 Jordans, Cameron and Dion, Paul Perkins, William Poles, and Marcus Wheaton. It's a good looking group right there.
It is. It shows you what a powerhouse this program has been over the last several years and what they've been able to build to this program. That's quite an impressive list, guys that are in the National Football League.
And it's impressive when you walk into head coach Sean Aguano's office. He's got all of the jerseys framed, the NFL jerseys from all the guys that have come through here. It's pretty impressive to walk in and take a look at.
That's really neat. Absolutely.
Harley Scott, 87, in on the stop.
And you got to remember, Chandler had not won a state championship till Sean Aguano got here. Now they've won it 2 of the last 3 years. So he's done a terrific job of taking what was already a very good Wolves program and taking it to an even higher level.
Just think about what they had to overcome just to get to that point where they were winning championships. They had to finally beat out Hamilton. Hamilton was the king of the hill for so long. They finally were able to get over that hurdle and get themselves 2 out of 3 championships.
3rd and 13. Another carry this time by Chandler. It's Josh Rogers with the carry.
Down 9 yards to go for the Wolves.
4th and 12. Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Well, that's interesting. Looks like Perry's playing for the return. If I was Perry, I would pretty much be sending the house and trying to get a block.
Peterman to punt. Fair catch being called by Colby Dickey. And we now take a look at the 6-8 PowerPoints coming into tonight's game. And there you've got Perry, Hamilton, Mountain Point, Desert Ridge. But look at Chandler at number 6. They are, without a doubt, going to be moving up that list.
Oh, yeah, they're going to catapult. Just depends how high on that list they're going to wind up after this game.
And then you also got 11 through 15. Those are the teams that are going to be trying to hang on to those spots and make sure they make it into the postseason come November. That's always a battle. And there's 16s where the cutoff is. And then you got Tucson, Boulder Creek, Dobson, and North. They're on the outside looking in at the moment. But there's still plenty of games to be played. On the carry once again is Braylon Roberts. And Brock Purdy has been taken out of the game. His night is over here. Preston Jones making the decision to take out his senior quarterback, and Deshane James will now be the new quarterback. And we've got a timeout here by Chandler with 3:17 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Wolves leading the Pumas by a count of 55-20. And we now take a look at what Perry has the rest of the way. After tonight, they will be at Brophy, then they've got Hamilton, and then finish up with Basha.
It's a pretty tough schedule. They still got their work cut out for them. But this is a tough loss, but they're going to have to try to bounce back as best they can against a good Brophy prep squad. Then, of course, they had Hamilton.
Brophy's a young team this year. Scooter Molander's got a lot of sophomores he's playing there. Hamilton will certainly be a big matchup. Always is against the Huskies. And Basha, Rich Wellbrock in his first year with the Bears. He's trying to change the culture over there at Basha. They're struggling a little bit this season.
He certainly is. You know, the funny thing about Scooter Molander, I remember him back in the days when he was a quarterback at Corona del Sol, and he went to Colorado State University. Me and my younger cousin used to play kick the can with him down the street. He used to live down the street where my cousin lived. It was right by Corona del Sol. We used to play kick the can with him back in the day when we were little kids.
Time flies.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Scooter's always done a great job there at Brophy.
He certainly has.
One of the finer coaches in the state. We got a couple of them on the sidelines here this evening with Perry head coach Preston Jones and Chandler head coach Sean Aguano. James in shotgun hands it off. Roberts, big hole up the middle. Roberts still going. Still turning those legs. Big run right there by Braylon Roberts. Big carry. Moves the chains. Boy, Roberts has run extremely hard since he's checked into the game.
Yeah, Roberts is turning those legs like a steam engine. Breaking tackles, not being denied.
Roberts again. Nice pickup before finally being brought down by Tamir Waters.
You know, and that's something that you want to see from your team, even in spite of the fact that you're going to lose the game. You want to see them continue to compete, and Roberts certainly shown up, and he's got no quit in him as he continues to compete, and that's the type of guy that you want on your football squad.
Handoff Roberts once again. This time he's going to get tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Pickup of a couple.
This is obviously 4-down territory. Perry, they got nothing to lose at this point in the game.
2:15 remaining. 3rd and 2. Deshane James, the dynamic athlete for Perry now at quarterback. Hands it off to Roberts. 1st down, Pumas. Before finally being brought down by Peter Reiner.
Continues 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line.
Another 1st down for the Pumas. Now down at the 23-yard line of Chandler. 1:50 remaining. James is going to keep it this time. Cuts it back in, still on his feet. Nice run there by James. Showing off some of those running skills. We've seen him catch it. He can throw it. He can run it.
He's an athlete. He certainly is an athlete. And he showed it right there.
That moves the chains. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Roberts handoff right side. Turns it upfield. Falls inside the 5-yard line. We got whistles on the field. And there is a penalty flag.
It's going to be interesting to find out what the call is. This was thrown
There's no
in the
foul
secondary.
on the play. 2nd down.
Because I saw it come from the secondary official. But they went ahead and waved it off.
An 8-yard carry. 2nd down, 2 yards to go.
So it'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 5-yard line. 1:20 remaining. 2 receivers split right, 1 to the left. Roberts, the setback, takes the handoff up the middle. 1st down, Perry.
Left side of the line.
So it'll be 1st and goal for the Pumas.
This kid Roberts is running hard. If anything, he wants to punch that football in the end zone just one more time.
Roberts had 3 carries for 85 yards and a touchdown against Westwood. And he has been an absolute workhorse here on this drive, and we're under 1 minute left. James is going to keep it, turns it up. Touchdown, Perry. Deshane James with the 2-yard touchdown run.
Good offensive possession here by Perry. You see Deshane James. Play action, the fake handoff to Roberts. Froze up the defense. He was able to go ahead and get across the edge, break containment, punch the football to the end zone. That was just pride right there, that drive.
Great job there by Perry's offense. Marching the ball down the field and punching it in for the score. Extra point is up and good by Gavin Sherwood.
50.1 seconds remaining.
And this score is now 55-27. Chandler with the lead. And we now take a look at the Arizona schedule for the next 3 weeks here on Yurview. And next Thursday night, we've got a national game, Desert Ridge at Mountain Point. That will be a huge matchup in the 6A ranks. And then the following week, back to our Friday schedule. We got Skyline at Red Mountain. Then we finish up our season. The battle for Arizona Avenue. Right back here at Chandler when the Wolves host the Hamilton Huskies. And that's always a huge, huge matchup.
Oh, break out your popcorn. That's going to be a great game.
So you better believe those games will have implications as far as seeding goes for the playoffs. So Perry has shown a lot of character here this evening. They've battled the entire night. Scoring a touchdown in the final minute to close the gap just a bit. And we're going to have a touchback here with 50 seconds remaining. 55-27. In the two meetings last year between these schools, Chandler won the regular season matchup 44-35. And then the Wolves beat the Pumas in the state semifinals by a count of 62-20. Leading here 55-27. And Preston Jones back to the drawing table.
Yeah, absolutely. Back to the drawing board for Perry. But I think that they can take a lot from this game moving forward. On the fact that this Chandler this is the healthiest that Chandler's been probably since the beginning of the season for this program. Plus they had that extra, I still think that added time, you know, those days off where they're able to dedicate 7-hour days in preparation leading up to this game certainly helped Chandler, gave him a little bit of an advantage over Perry.
Sean Aguano's got to be happy with how this Wolves team looked, as they are in the best offensive formation in the playbook.
The victory formation.
It's Billy Bolger taking the snap and taking a knee. And that will do it. And it's going to be the Chandler Wolves who move their record to 6-2 on the season. They get the victory 55-27 over the Perry Pumas, who lose their first game of the season, and they go to a record of 6-1. When we come back, we'll have the Takis hot player of the game. The Wolves beat the Pumas 55-27. You're watching Game Time on Yurview.
Brandon's played sports since he was about 4 years old. He was playing flag football and tweaked his knee. We ended up taking him to Phoenix Children's. The doctors confirmed that the ACL was torn, and we were given the option to not surgically repair, but then he would have to stop all sports. Brandon was devastated. We ended up going forward with the surgery. When the doctor gave him the thumbs up, he wanted to go back out onto the playing field that night. Phoenix Children's played a huge role in getting him back to sports.
Fridays and Saturday nights here is like religion.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
It's kind of like it's God and then it's football. For those 3 hours on a Friday night, everyone put everything aside. Whether it's race, whether it's religion, you put your own pride to the side, you put everything to the side, and everyone in the community comes together for that Friday night.
Sports in America is one of those rare things that brings everybody together.
When those lights come on, it doesn't matter what's been going on at home, at church, in the community. It doesn't matter. You know, it's just an amazing experience just to see the amount of fan support and just the camaraderie that Friday nights bring.
And that's why sports is such a valuable tool to society, to America.
Are you talkies enough?
Capital of Iceland.
Reykjavik. R-E-E-Y.
Whoops.
Takis. Taste the fury of our flavors and face the intensity.
The Yurview Game of the Week is sponsored locally by Sanderson Ford. The best play is at Sanderson Ford. By Jack in the Box. Try fast food's first ever ribeye burgers made with real rib-eye beef. Only at Jack in the Box, limited time only. By Arizona Automotive Institute. Turn your dreams into reality with career training from AAI. By Red Devil Italian Restaurant. Family owned since 1960. By Circle K. It's time to take a Circle K Polar Pop timeout. By Valle Luna. Proud sponsor of student athletes in Arizona. By Phoenix Children's Sports Medicine. Arizona's only comprehensive sports medicine program for young athletes. And by Takis. Face the intensity. And with tonight's Takis hot player of the game, Takis face the intensity, and there's no surprise here, Armand. It is Chandler senior running back, Drake Anderson.
Yeah, Drake Anderson had a well of a game, 4 touchdowns, 20 carries. He had 237 yards. He had a first down every time he touched the football. Boy, he factored into the game big time tonight. And like you said, he is the Takis hot player of the game.
Terrific night there by the senior running back for the Chandler Wolves. When we come back, we'll the final touches on the Chandler victory over Perry. The Wolves come away with it by a score of 55-27. You're watching the Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview.
Trolls.
Go, 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 go,
Cookies!
This is Contour from Cox. Cable TV reimagined to get you right to the good stuff.
What makes even better than other schools is that it's very hands-on, and the teachers, you can tell they really want to teach. They love teaching their students. The people who work here really care about what they're doing.
With Cox high-speed internet, you get access to super fast in-home Wi-Fi to power all your devices and do the things you love online. And now, when you're traveling, you have free access to the nation's largest Wi-Fi network with over 500,000 hotspots, so you can stay connected in places such as New York City, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Phoenix, and many more. Learn how with the Cox Discover More video series at cox.com/learn.
Let's take a look at the final stats from tonight's victory. Chandler beating Perry 55-27.
You see the big difference there is in the rushing yards. He had 255 by Perry versus 436. And total yards, 600 to 480. That was pretty much the big difference in the game.
Your final thoughts on what you saw here tonight, Armand?
You know, I think Chandler, once again, they showed their dominance. That little bit of extra preparation and the fact that they are healthy for the first time probably since the beginning of the season, it really made a difference in tonight's outcome.
It's game time on Yurview. The Mountain Point Pride will try to keep their winning ways going as they host the Jaguars from Desert Ridge in a national Yurview Game of the Week next Thursday night at 7 o'clock. The Pride lost earlier this season to national power Chaminade in California, but have won 4 straight since. Desert Ridge is also on a winning streak, winning 3 in a row since losing to Hamilton. Kickoff is set at 7 o'clock on Yurview, Channel 4, or watch online at yurview.com. Well, special thanks to our crew here tonight, our producer, Rich Reed, director, Peter Gordon, our TD, Tom Drotzman, on audio, Bob Pockman and Alex Rincon, our duet, Diana Drotzman, our video, Gib White, on EVS, GP Miller and Chris Schmoll, and our talented camera crew, as always, Tom Kioski, James Rincon, David Tellez, Garrett Savage, and Eric Knipfer. On utility, Aaron Phoenix. On scorebox, DeJuan Brown, our Red Hat tonight, Ashley Hope. Our engineer, Cable Hogan. On stats, Bob McGahee, and our stage manager, Beth Pockman. And for my partner, Armand Williams, I'm Chris Harris. Thanks for watching this week's Game Time Game of the Week on Yurview. Have a great night, everybody.
Tune into Your Health and explore the ways that people are leading healthier lives.
Join me, Erica Cardenas, on the next Your Health, where we're headed to the supermarket. We're learning how we can use foods to stay healthy.
Plus, we stop by Weight Watchers to learn how their Live Fully approach teaches members to eat better, move more, and shift their mindset when it comes to weight loss. Watch Your Health, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday evening only on Yurview. Brought to you by Weight Watchers.
Explore the Southwest lifestyle, the culture, the music, the food, y más. Join hosts J.R. Cardenas and Vanessa Ramirez for a Southwest adventure on Su Vida. Travel the state, enjoy the food, discover new artists, and fun things to do. Every week, J.R. and Vanessa share their discoveries with you.
Watch Su Vida on Yurview every Sunday and Wednesday night. Brought to you in part by AARP Arizona Hispanic Connection.